everybody. Welcome to my channel. This is I'm Scott, the Hero 170. If you're watching this on Twitch, Heroic Studios Gaming. If you're watching it on YouTube, I am the host of this particular show and the creator of this particular game that we're playing today, which is Maximum Apocalypse, the role-playing game. I'm going to explain a little bit of the rules for people at home who've never seen this before and people that are at ATCON that are watching this. This is part of ATCON 2020. You can see right here, ATCON 2020. We're doing a bunch of cool stuff together. We're all gaming together for the weekend. This is the digital version of the physical convention that usually happens around this time every year. So if you're part of this, great. Thanks for coming and checking this out. If you're not part of this, you should get part of this. They're doing the proceeds that all the profits they make from stuff that they sell this convention goes to Feeding America, which is pretty cool. So anyway, let's just start with everyone introducing themselves. I'm going to start with my players here. They're all over there. And I just pointed at my Discord channel. If you're not part of my Discord channel, you should do that. But then all of my players are over there, past the Discord link. So you should pay attention to who they are, because they're going to talk about who they are and what they're going to be playing today. And we're going to start with the character Jules.
Hey, I'm Carol. I play Jules, who's a veteran. He's been there, done that, seen that. He's got a dog named Tiny, who's a giant ugly mastiff. And I do have a YouTube channel with like 5 or 6 things on it. It's Dunsters and Dragons. Then they're old, but if you want to go hang out there, you certainly can.
Sounds fun. Cool. All right, then we'll go on to Sin.
Wait, me Sin? Or the
No. The character named Sin,
okay.
Not the person who has who named the character. In fact.
I got confused.
Yeah.
Hello, I am Jaden. I am Grandma's granddaughter. I am playing Sin, the thief. Should we do like character descriptions now, or?
I mean,
if you
want to, yeah. Like when we're gonna jump right into it when this particular adventure starts.
All right. Well, a cowled figure, approximately 5'9", fidgets with a Rubik's cube. The tip of a tail peeks out from underneath her trench coat, and a tool belt encircles her waist. So that's about it. I don't have any YouTube channels or anything. I don't even have a phone, so.
I mean, that's the thing that happens. We were all at that age once. We were talking about that earlier, how I didn't own a phone until I was 24. Cool. All right, so then the next one is Forever Sin, and the character Catherine.
Well, hello. Forever Sin. I'm playing Catherine. Catherine is a priest. She's probably about 35, 40 years old. Short silver hair, and she always has a silver cross hanging from her neck, and she's pretty friendly and cares about everybody that she travels with, and has a silver cross hanging from her neck, and that's okay.
All right, cool. All right, so I was like checking to make sure our thing was streaming. Our thing is streaming fine, everybody. Thumbs up on that. It's going well. Okay, next person is Skylar. The character Skylar.
Yeah, I'll be playing the role of Skylar the firefighter this time. Skylar is a hulking individual. If you can imagine a much more muscular version of the Fire Marshal Bill from In Living Color, complete with numbers of scars all over him. That is sort of Skylar. He hates fire, but he loves fire. It should be fun.
That's funny. Cool. All right, then we're going to jump down to the final row. We're going to start with Dakota. Let's hear about Dakota.
All right, so hi, my name is Caleb. I'm playing Dakota. He was part of the robot invasion, and he is a hunter, hunts for his own food, lives pretty much in the forest, and just likes killing robots. And yeah, lots of scrapes and bumps on him, from like robot blasts to twigs snapping and scraping him.
Cool. Very, very cool. Okay, so we'll go to the final person, Dr. Gus.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thanks for joining us all here. My name is Nathan, and I am phoning in from Haiti, the country of Haiti. My wife and I have a nonprofit charity, faith-based charity, and here in Haiti. You can find that by looking online at Loaf Ministries. It's LOAF Ministries, and we just help teen moms basically. So that has nothing to do with this, but Scott said I could promote it, so there it is. It's my third time playing this game with Scott, and so I decided to try to make my own character. I have Dr. Gus Wilson, and I think he sort of became an older version of Hawkeye from MASH, as when I delved back through what I did. So yeah, it should be pretty fun. He's a surgeon and a veteran, so that's all.
A surgeon and a veteran. Yeah, it sounds like Hawkeye from MASH for sure.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, this is Maximum Apocalypse, the role-playing game. For those that don't know anything about it, it's a game that I made in conjunction with Rock Manor Games. It's based on a board game of the same name, so if you were Googling right now, what is Maximum Apocalypse, you're going to find the board game more likely, but now the website has been updated to include stuff for the RPG, so you can find all the downloadable content like character sheets and stuff on the Rock Manor Games website. You'll see that down below, an icon down at the very bottom of this particular screen. But this is a D100 post-apocalyptic game that takes place after the fall of civilization, based on the weight of all of the conceivable apocalypses. Some of them were mentioned in the descriptions of the characters, but essentially everything you could possibly imagine from every 80s post-apocalyptic movie that is ever made happened. So there were, aliens that invaded, kaiju that came smashing down and crushed a bunch of stuff. The robots, they became sentient, decided to kill everybody. There's like Terminators rolling around, basically. Zombie viruses, so we had Night of the Living Dead happening. Like everything. The last horns were open, the seals were broken, things started happening. Like all of just everything you could possibly imagine. And someone tried to create a time machine to go fix it all, and only ended up making it worse. So there's this big ball of chaos that the survivors are living on, and these people are all surviving these things, joining together to try to live through whatever's happening. This game uses a D100, as I mentioned before. It's D100, so it's going to be these dice right here. You're going to use a percentile dice, and it is ones dice, so a tens die and a ones die. If you have two D10s at home, if that's what you're rolling, then you would roll them. You would just have to do something like this, where you'd be like, okay, this red one is my tens die, and this green one is my, ones die, and that kind of thing. But basically, you're going to roll these two dice for most of what you do, 90% of what you're going to do is going to involve these two dice right here. That's for you that are here that have never played this game before, particularly, Carol and granddaughter Jaden. I think everyone else has played before. So you're going to roll these guys when you roll anything, and you can roll your own at home. I do not question you if you lie to me. That's more about you, and you have to deal with that for the rest of your life. And that's your own problem. But anyway, if you have a situation where you have to roll a disadvantage or advantage, you would roll an additional tens die, such as this. And then you will choose whichever is the one related to the situation. So if you had disadvantage, you would choose the lower or the higher number. And if you had advantage, you roll the low number, because this is a game where you want to get as low as humanly possible. I just rolled an example. Everyone at home is going to follow me along. Flying down to my dice down here, you can see that I rolled it's not going to focus very well, is it? Come on. There we go. A 76 or a 79 or a 99. So if this was a situation where I had advantage, I would choose the 79, because that's the lowest possible combination here. And if it was a situation where I had disadvantage, then I would go with the 99, because that would be the highest possible option here. Does that make sense? Cool. Everyone follow? I assume that you do. Some of you have played this before, so you know what's going on. I'm checking most of
Yeah.
Aye, Captain.
Perfect. Cool. So that's that. Then there are other dice you might want to have ready. 2d6. 2d8, and 2d4. So those are all of the dice that you will need for those of you at home that are following along. So you have these guys. So everything will basically be based on that. But these are basically your three most important dice, because you roll them so much. So that's what I would keep. Now, you don't have to have a third dice. You could have just an additional. You could just roll the same tens die again. I don't care. Just make sure that you knew which is the lowest one. My die went on the floor, so I had to go get it. Okay, that's basically everything. Everything else we'll deal with when we get to it, like things like Well, I guess we should talk about how you succeed real fast for those of you who haven't played, and for those that have played that just need a reminder. If you're looking at a character sheet, then you will see at the top a bunch of stats. I don't have one open right now, so I'm just kind of winging it. But you'll see at the top, you'll see things like strength, fortitude, agility, intelligence, instinct, charisma, fighting skill, ballistic skill. Those are all at the top. And then you have luck down on the bottom, like in the middle, kind of on the right side. Those are your base stats. If you're going to be making a roll, it's going to be one of those numbers, or it's going to be one of the, in the center right, the secondary stats you'll have, like salvage, resilience, resolve, and immunity. Those are all of your rolls. So basically, whenever you make a roll, you're going to try to get under one of those numbers. So if you're going to be making, let's say, an athletics skill roll. So let's just go with athletics. It's the very first one on the right side of the skills, or left side of the skills, underneath strength. Say you wanted to climb a sheer surface. Let's just say you're going up a building side. You're like, I'm going to sneak into this house. I'm going to climb the second story window, and I'm going to climb in. You're going to be making an athletics skill roll. And what that means is you're going to roll these D100, and you're going to try to get under whatever your strength number is to succeed at going through that window, right? To climb up and go through. Now, let's say that's if you're proficient. So we have this thing where you say not proficient, trained, skilled, whatever. If you have a dash on your athletics, that means you're not proficient, in which case you roll with disadvantage to do the action, because in this game you can do any action that you want, any skill roll, but if you're not proficient, then you will have to roll with disadvantage. If you are proficient, then you just make a normal roll, and if you are skilled, trained, or mastered, you'll add an additional +5 per level. So skilled is +5, trained is +10, and mastered is +15. So that's how everything is done. So when I ask you for a roll, that's what I'm talking about. So you'll find the linked stat, and then you'll just try to roll under that. Now, if you get below half, this game has degrees of success. If you get below 1/2 of the stat, that's the second degree of success. So you have the stat is a success. 1/2 is a second degree of success, or 2 degrees of success. We call it great success. And then under 1/4 is a third degree of success, or the amazing success. And then 001 is your best possible roll, and that's a critical success. A 000 sounds like it's a lot of zeros, and so you should do really well, but that's actually a 100. That's the worst possible thing you can roll, so don't roll that if you can, because I'll make stuff happen if you do. Things break, stuff like that. Anyway, that being said, I think that's enough, and we can start with this particular adventure, especially the people at home right now who are like, oh gosh, this is boring. I don't know if anyone's watching. I should probably look. Real fast, look at the internet. I have 5 people watching. Holy crap, that's 5 more than ever. It's probably, are any of you guys watching? Because that's probably you guys. Yeah.
Oh gosh, this is boring. Oh wait, I'm playing again.
Hey, I'm not bored.
I appreciate that, Nathan. That was funny. Thank you. Yeah, so that means if there's 5 watching and 3 of us are watching, because I'm counted in that count, then that's what's happening. Anyway, so we'll get started now. This particular adventure is called The Hunt, and it takes place sometime after the fall of civilization. A little bit of time has passed. We'll say a couple of years. We'll say, I don't remember how many we said for the last version of the home, so I think 7 years or something. There's a kid who's like 8 years old, and I think he was theoretically born right before the apocalypse. Skylar and Dakota, you guys were in a game session called The Hunt. Do you remember how long it had been for your particular session?
I have no idea. I don't remember at all.
Nope. No idea.
But there was that kid, Emery, who was about 8 years old or something like that. You remember that?
No.
No.
I think I was the youngest kid there.
Right. Yes, you were. You were in the group, but there was a kid in the household, right where the rifle was.
Oh, right. The kid of the yes.
Yeah, he was about 7, if I remember correctly. So we're gonna say it's been about 6 years since the fall of civilization. This particular adventure takes place after that one. That's why I'm asking if you guys remembered how long I'd said, because I wanted you guys to have internally consistent news. The others don't care. They can be whatever. They don't care. But I just wanted to keep it consistent with you guys. You are currently a part of a group of survivors. That's all of you plus a couple of extra people. They are called the Sanders family, and you live in their home. You guys have been surviving thanks to their help. They have a little farm, but they've run out of meat stuffs, and so you are all on a hiking trip or on a hunting trip to go find this food. that could be in the woods outside of the home. There's a river about a day and a half away from the farmhouse that that is a river and has fish in it. The father of the family, Graham, knows. And just beyond that, out into the woods, is much more game. It's a very untouched place, so he assumes that there's going to be food there. So that's where you're headed at the opening of this trip. But you've been walking for about half a day when you notice some tracks. So walking through the woods, taking effort to remain as silent as possible, despite the crunching of the autumn leaves. Wait, you were walking through, something happened here. If there was still an accurate calendar, you would suspect that you were about a month before the snows begin, though if the world were still following the old seasonal schedules. Checking the marks on the ground, you confirm that you are relatively close to some game. The tracks are fresh, about a minute old, and while you can't see the creature, you can hear it in the brush up ahead. Drawing your weapon, you look to your companions and prepare to take aim. A sudden noise to your left causes you to turn your head just in time to see a large bear burst from the trees and rush towards you. Turning to face the creature, you realize that there will be nothing you can do to stop it. The creature shows signs of necrosis and its fur is mangy. This bear has been infected with the Z virus and is driven by the unyielding desire for flesh. Shouting to your companions, you raise your weapons and prepare to deal with the beast before it can get to you. So this particular adventure throws you right into some combat. The way that combat works in Maximum Apocalypse RPG is that everyone has an initiative number. It's a number on your character sheet, roughly in the center, maybe to the center, and then to the right. It says initiative, and it'll be a number like 14, 13, 11, 10, 6, or 6. Those are your numbers, I know, because I wrote them down. See? It's a static number. It doesn't change unless you have a special ability or an item that allows it to change. So, for example, I don't know if Gus has this, but Gus could have like a thing where he gives you an adrenaline shot, and then you have a sudden burst of adrenaline, and you have more initiative for a while. Or if you were to slam an energy drink, that kind of thing.
I got some energy drinks, some coffee, etc.
Yeah, some items can make it happen. If you have a special ability like, I think Skylar has it, the one, I suddenly can't remember it. Psychophysiology, I think is what it is. Where he can increase his hunger damage. He can just take some hunger damage to increase his metabolism and thus get more initiative. So that kind of thing. So you have a number. It's a solid number. And on your turn, so what we'll do is a combat round will break down into action phases, and each of those will cost you 5 initiative. So the first one will cost you 0 because everyone acts on their turn in their initiative order. And then I -5 from everyone's initiative. If anyone still has initiative, they get to have more turns. They get to take more actions. And then then I -5 again after that's all happened. And if anyone still has initiative, then they get to take turns and to do actions and stuff. And then I -5 again. And if there's anyone still left, they get to do things. And then at the end of the 4th action phase, it resets the combat round. So that's where it ends, and then resets the combat round. Everyone's initiative resets, and then we just go again in order from highest to lowest. So we just keep going in that order. And so that's how initiative works, and that's how combat rounds break down. On your turn, you get to take 2 complex actions. So you can do something like run and attack, or jump up something, or do like a complex skill action. I'm going to try to fix something or craft something, those kinds of things. That's where this handy dandy quick reference snapshot comes in, because it tells you it's got a whole list of them right here. These are all the actions you can take in combat, right? There's got the free actions, which you can do as many of as you want to do, and I just have to tell you, okay, listen, you've had enough free actions, move on. Then you've got over here is the complex actions, so you can do movements as a complex action, or like all these, attack, grapple, use item, multi-attack, things like that. Those are all complex actions, and then you've got your reactions, and reactions are things like dodging and parrying. You don't do reactions until you get attacked, so you don't try to do a reaction before that, right? So you're like, I'm going to try to do this dodge. Well, you don't have to dodge anything yet, nothing's attacked you. But that's how it works. So you can take those actions. The only thing you cannot do in your turn, unless you have an item or a special ability that says you can make multi-attack, you cannot attack twice. So without like a multi-attack, or like your item says multi-attack, or your special ability says if you're using blank, you get multi-attack, you cannot attack twice.
Do you have something that says multi-attack is on the same line as an unarmed brawl? Does that mean that's...
So that's actually the example of how it would work. Yeah. So on your turn, you'd be like, okay, listen, I'm going to give him the old 1-2, right? I'm going to give him the fisticuffs. So I'm going to do my first attack. My first action is going to be an attack, and then my second action will be the other attack. So then I'm going to give him the old 1-2. But the second attack will have disadvantage. That's how multi-attack works. So you have the normal attack and then disadvantage attack. But that's the only time that you can pull that is if it says multi-attack. I don't think anyone here has that particular sort of set of things, but I just want to get it out there so people know that you can't attack twice. First person to act is actually the least experienced person at the table. Well, second. No, you guys are tied. It's actually going to be Sin. Sin is the fastest character in this particular group. So, on your turn, you get to do 2 complex actions. What do you want to do with your complex actions? The creature is a distance away. It's called mid-range. It's the amount of distance away it is. It would take you, if you wanted to run up to it and be like touching it, it's going to take you at least 2 moves. 1, 2 movements, and then you'd be kind of up close to it. So that would be that would be your whole turn would be to move toward it. Or you can do other things. You can move around, you can attack, you can do stuff like that. So what would you like to do?
Is there a way that I can move closer to cover while also getting closer to the bear?
Sure, there could be like bushes and stuff. Yeah. So you can make
Like
like move forward, but kind of at an angle to try to be like heading toward like a bush, and
Yeah.
then also but still be heading toward the bear. Yeah, I'll allow that.
And then because my chain has reach, how far can it go?
It can reach 1 distance farther. So if you moved up into short range with this thing, yeah, you could totally hit it. It's long range away, so you could totally hit it now. Because now it is closer.
Okay, so I would like to try to use my chain to hit it.
Okay.
It uses the wrangle skill, which
Yep.
is agility.
Yep. So you will roll a wrangle, and I am going to roll a dodge because this game does not have defense numbers or armor classes or things like that. It's just opposed. So you're rolling, and I'm rolling.
I feel like because I'm a hunter, I basically have like camouflage from in the woods. Just, get the bear.
Yeah, I totally accept that. You'll be up next, Dakota. So think about that.
All right, so I have 50.
50? Okay, is that under your agility number?
Yes.
Is it under by half?
No.
Okay, so it's just under. So that's what we call a success. I rolled a 59 on the dodge, which is not lower than a 25, so it is a failure on my end. So you absolutely hit, and so you would now roll your damage, which, if you're using the chain, I believe it says average damage, probably.
Yeah.
Yep. So that is 2d4. You'll roll 2d4.
The ones that disappear amongst all the other die. Alright, there they are. 4 and 4.
Okay, max damage. You did 8 damage to it. Nice. Very nice. Okay, so 8 damage. You hit the thing with the chain. Cool.
Okay.
All right, that will end your turn then, because it does 2 complex actions, and we'll go to Dakota. Dakota, you're the second fastest one in this group. What do you want to do?
So, do I have to roll anything to go behind cover?
No, not unless you wanted to hide behind. Like if you want to go behind it and hide, then we'd have you roll stealth. But otherwise, if you just wanted to move behind cover, that's fine.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna shoot it.
Just gonna go behind some cover and then shoot it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So then you would just roll the attack then.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I got a 99. I think that misses.
Yeah, that sounds like a miss to me.
Uh,
Because unless you have 100 on your agility, I'm pretty sure that misses.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that's a failure. But for those at home, because this was the second time the bear was going to try to dodge something in an action or in one action phase, I would have been rolling at disadvantage on my dodge. You can't really see it because this one just wants to run away. So I'd be rolling 3 dice. So unfortunately, or fortunately for me, your attack missed. Okay. Then that next goes to Jules. Jules, you, not Tiny, are the next one to go. Tiny has his own initiative. So I think you're muted because I see your mouth moving and I hear no sound.
Yeah. Does the bear look like it's getting pretty badly hurt, or
Not
does it still
really,
look pretty
no.
fresh?
It looks pretty.
Okay.
It looks pretty fresh for an undead bear. It's a zombie bear.
There we go. I have in my inventory a large net.
Ooh.
What do I need to do to try to net this bear?
Well, you're gonna want to throw the net to like sort of wrangle it, right? So this is what you'd use.
Yeah,
it for.
wrangle at advantage according to this.
Yeah. So what you'll do is you will probably want to move closer because if you throw from where you are, it's going to be too far for it to reach. So you'll take one
Okay.
movement action to move forward toward it, and then you can throw it. A throw would be an agility skill, but you're doing a wrangle, so same deal, right?
Yeah,
so
same
you're
thing.
doing the same thing. So you'll just do that. You'll have advantage. Are you proficient in wrangle already?
I don't have large net wrangle at advantage. I'm not proficient at wrangle.
Okay, so what that would mean is that the net cancels out the disadvantage you would have for trying to wrangle, which you're not proficient in, so then it would just be a normal roll.
Aw, 54 and 50 is my agility
Man, so
score.
close. So close. Now, like, I probably should have mentioned this with Dakota. I forgot. I totally forgot, and that's kind of mean for me to forget. When you fail, you can actually, you have the opportunity to re-roll failed rolls based on your luck stat. So on your character sheet, you have that luck stat that's over
yes.
the bottom. You've got that number. There's a number there, so you'll have like a luck percentage. Right?
I have a lot of luck.
Yeah, and then you've got the luck use per game, which is what you use that for. So the percentile for your luck, divided by 10, that's the number of times in a game you can re-roll a failed roll. You have to accept the second roll, by the way. You can't keep rolling until you get a success. But you can use one right now if you'd like. And I probably should have let Dakota do that, but I forgot Dakota. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think I will use a luck. What the heck? We'll see what happens.
Why not? And then you would just re-roll the roll normally.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Not against the luck. You just re-roll it normally like you did before.
Okay, and I got a 48.
That's like success. So you managed to
out of my 50, yeah.
So the bear is going to try to dodge, right, as he did before, but he's rolling a disadvantage. Okay,
You see, yeah, this skinny old guy step up there and toss this net. He's stronger than he looks.
a 57 is not under a 25. So yeah, you wrangle the bear. So this net goes over the bear, and he kind of gets caught up in this net. See what happens next, because then we're gonna have this like opposed strength thing between the two of us. But we'll get to that later. But that was 2 actions. You moved, and then you went and you wrangled. And
Cool.
we'll now go to Dr. Gus. Dr. Gus, it's your turn. What do you want to do? I should actually probably looking at Zoom instead of OBS to make sure he's not muted or something. He is muted. Okay. Nathan, you're muted. I don't know if you've been saying something to me at all or what's going on. You are muted. I'm gonna ask him to unmute.
Aha, hey.
There we go.
It was just caught up. It was cutting out for a second, so I don't know what you said.
I was saying that it is now your turn. They managed to wrangle the bear, so it's caught up in a net right now, but it is your turn.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, I can run. Let's see. What did you say? It's at mid-range?
It is, yes, I think I said mid-range before, yes. So we'll
Was that a mid-range or?
Yep. Yes. Did I
Okay.
block out
So
again?
I think I can throw at mid-range, yeah?
I think you can.
No,
Yes,
I
you
think
can
it's
throw-
delayed. I think there's like a 5-second.
Oh, okay. I also noticed that something weird is going on. Somehow I have 2 versions of me. Man, the complications.
Whoa.
Oh, is that what I did? I know what I did.
It's your
All right.
robot doppelganger.
All right, this is me, right? So what is this other one? There's like a version of me hanging out in my screen. I don't know where it's coming from. Yeah.
Or
You
time
have
paradox.
Half of you. You and half of you.
Yeah, there's like a weird version of me hanging out in the center here.
There you go.
Well, so the deal is that there's like a second smaller version of me. And I don't know where it's coming from. It's got to be, hold on, it's got to be this one. It's got to be right here.
Wow.
Okay.
It's a mini Scott.
There we go. All right, I figured out what happened. Okay, so somehow the OBS decided to be goofy. So hold on, everyone. We're gonna go away for a second while I fix this. I'm gonna transition to the standby screen, and I'm gonna fix this.
Whee!
Yep. I don't know what's going on. Okay, So I'll fix this. This is like a. Well, for whatever reason, OBS decided it was going to extend all of the screens out for some reason, and so all of a sudden I had two versions of everything sort of appearing. So weird. I must have done something stupid, like I closed the screen. Oh, I know what I did. I opened like the chat or something, and so it messed everything up. Yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened. It was my fault. This is my fault. Yeah, it is. It totally was my fault. 9 people, and they're all wondering what is going on. Oh no, I did it again. By closing the chat, it moved you again. Gosh, dang it. Alright, I'm going to put myself here. I am not. Yeah, because I can't stream on both at the same time. It doesn't let me. You can't join in the chat. Okay, I'm coming back. You ready? Okay, we're back. Man, that was crazy talk. I know it was all my fault, everyone. It was.
They don't pay you enough to have a whole separate computer?
I don't have a whole separate computer. No. All right, I'm back. Okay. I don't know what I was going over here to check this chat because people started mentioning the Discord chat. So or not the Discord chat, the Twitch chat, and so I went over to go check it out, and it was all mine. What's going on? Yes, I can now see that people are chatting here. I'll pay attention to that. How about? Okay, so I'm back. All right, so it's back. Dr. Gus. Dr. Gus is doing a thing. Here, I'll pay attention to that. How about? So that's you, Nathan. You there? Did you mute again? What happened? What happened to me? Did I go away?
You're fine. He's not muted. He's
Okay.
probably
It's probably
lagging.
that famous internet connection.
That famous internet lag.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it wants me to log in. I apparently wasn't logged in. Nathan, are you there? Are you coming back? Should we skip you?
Paging Nathan. Paging Nathan. You have a courtesy call at your computer. Please pick up your computer.
See, the only thing was when he has video going, we can tell when he's failing because he'll like all of a sudden he'll get all twitchy. Okay then.
Check.
I think we'll just have to message him and find out what's going on, and then kind of move on.
See ya.
Oh, there you are. Did you come back?
I heard him say check.
Check.
There you are again.
Well, if you can hear me, I was gonna throw a scalpel at mid-range, but I rolled a 93, so.
Aha! So you also goes flying wide. Do you want to make a luck reroll, or are you just gonna leave it?
I'm gonna leave it for now because it's kind of subdued for the moment, so.
Yeah, I mean,
low
it's
stakes.
Caught in a net, so that makes sense. Okay, so missed with the knife and a half goes flying.
I'll let the fighters fight it.
Goes flying by. Okay, then after you, then Dr. S, did you want to do anything else? Move or anything? Just wanted to throw your knife. Okay.
I don't think so. Yeah, you just see this kooky old guy. I mean, he's like, like 50, 55, and so you just see him just kind of take a couple steps and throw a surgical grade scalpel across the field of battle, and it just swings wide, and yeah.
Yeah, this is that meets the category of Jaden's old that she was talking about earlier. Yeah, so. All right, cool. So then it goes to Tiny the dog. Tiny is the next fastest person in the group. What do you want Tiny to do, Jules?
Second here. I wasn't quite ready. Keeping track, so next time I'll know when my time comes. What can Tiny do? Tiny can bite. I think Tiny wants to. I want Tiny to go attack to fight this bear.
You want him to go attack the zombie bear?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, is there any kind of advantage to it being held down by the net?
Yeah. Yeah. It's wrangled, so it doesn't get to make defensive actions. It just gets. It just has to take it when somebody succeeds on an attack.
Okay. The fight attack 75. Is that right?
Yeah. So he runs the distance, and he gets there. You can go ahead and roll a bite. I'll let it happen.
And he rolls 68.
Cool. So that hits, right?
Yeah, if I understand this correctly.
Yep, it hits, and because he doesn't get to dodge because he's wrinkled, then he gets hit.
Damn it! How much? What do I roll?
Yeah, everyone does good before you for ever since. Sorry, you have one of the slowest characters. I was just looking at the chat. You would roll for the damage on this guy. Is an average damage attack, so 2d4.
2d4. Okay. I rolled a 2 and a 1, so that's 3 points of damage from Tiny, the giant sloppy mastiff.
3 points of damage, all right. 11.
Lolls up there and bites him on the butt.
Okay, just kind of gets him. All right, so that leaves then Catherine, who finally gets to go. She's been a little upset about this. She finally gets to take actions.
Catherine is going to, seeing the bear in the net, she's going to kind of she's going to square her shoulders off and walk very sternly towards the bear. And as she's walking towards it, her hand's going to slide down the front across the cross on her chest. And she's going to reach up and she's going to grab her giant sword off of her back. And she's just going to hopefully hit the bear since it's in a net. I hope I don't roll horribly, but she's going to try her darndest.
Yeah, so it doesn't get to dodge. It just gets hit if it gets hit.
Yeah, let's see if it works. That was a 69, and that does not work for me. Darn it. I want to use a luck. I'm going to try again. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to use a luck. That's what it's there for. I always hold my luck. And
then you end up not using it. Yeah.
Oh, that's way better. 17.
17 is way better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Way better.
That totally hits.
Yeah.
All right, so you will roll your damage for that weapon. What is the damage for that weapon?
It is a heavy weapon.
Okay, so 1d6 plus 3. Yeah.
Two-handed sword. Yep.
Cool.
1d6. 2 plus 3, so 5 damage.
Nice. All right, so you guys have walloped it quite a bit. Now it goes to Skylar. Skylar, this thing is getting beaten on, and people have wrangled in the net. It is on you.
Well, Skylar, having a reach weapon, will move 1 forward to close to short range, and bring that heavy fireman's axe down on the bear as it is trapped in the net.
Correct. And isn't there something special about Skylar involving zombears?
Let's see. Oh yeah. So let's see. I gotta blow this up. My old people eyes have a hard time seeing this little.
Old, according to Jim.
Right. Yeah.
Old people can't see.
I get advantage and melee DC +1 versus zombies.
Cool.
So instead of a 54, I got a 14.
Nice.
And the damage then goes from massive to something else. I forget what it is.
The next one up from massive is extreme, which is 1d8 plus. Wait, hold on. 2d8 plus 7. 1d8 plus 7.
1d8 plus 7.
Yeah.
Isn't massive 2d6 plus 5?
Yeah, it's 2d6. It is 2d6 plus 7 normally, but you get to go up 1 from that, right?
Oh, so 2d8.
So massive is 2d6 plus. Sorry. Massive is 2d6 plus 3, so you go up 1 is 1d8 plus 7.
1d8 plus 7, gotcha. I rolled a 2 for 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. You know what? I'm going to go with it. How does this thing die?
Let's see. We have a number of people now up close to it. Is that correct?
Correct.
Man, that is horrible that the head splits open like an overripe melon, met by Gallagher himself, and juicy tidbits fly in every direction. And I shout out, "Close your mouth!"
Tiny don't care.
Okay, so people get sprayed. Everyone who, let's see, who is all within close? Is everybody within close? No, no one's within close.
I'm not. I moved one of two distances.
Right, so you guys are all at short. So no one's right up next to it exactly.
I'm still back in
Tiny.
mid-range.
I
Tiny don't
probably
care.
am. I was
yeah,
hitting
that's
it with
right.
a sword.
Catherine and Tiny are both up close.
Yeah.
So both Catherine and Tiny are gonna have to make a luck roll. I'm just gonna see if you guys get sprayed or not.
Okay. What do you just
So
a
luck, you're
regular
gonna
roll?
roll the regular roll, but the percentile roll, but try to get under your luck.
Okay, Tiny. What is your luck?
Tiny
What
has
is
really
my
bad
luck?
luck.
My luck's not very good either. No.
I don't even know where to find his luck.
No. My luck is a 40, and I
20.
rolled a 56.
He rolled 51 and he's a 20, but he don't care.
All right, so both of you get sprayed. Make an immunity roll for me, both Tiny.
Same dice?
Yeah, same percentile. Die.
600. 60. Where's the immunity?
Wow. I'm just having a bad day. My dice are mad at me. I'm gonna go put them over here in dice jail. That was a 77. My dice are in dice jail. I'm getting new dice.
Yeah, okay. So that's a problem. We'll go ahead and mark.
So yeah, he got a 60 from the looks of it.
He has a immunity. Tiny has an immunity of 40. So.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. So he's not immune.
All right. So both Tiny. Well, I mean, Tiny is a bit of a harder one because he doesn't have a full character sheet. He's got like an animal character sheet. But Tiny and Catherine will have to mark incubation on that stage of infection on their character sheet. Just put a little marker. Oh no! What did I do? Gosh dang it! I did it again.
No.
I'm not sure what I did. Why does this keep
Well,
happening?
we
to me?
lost Nathan anyway.
Oh, that's what happened. Okay, so remember that thing I was talking about before, where
Be
like,
sure to put him on the bottom.
well, like he was at the bottom. That's
Oh,
the thing. So
and
now
it
he's
still
back,
screws
right?
us. Oh, now we all spread out.
Yes, so it moves everybody around, and so
Oh,
that's what
okay.
happened. So he left, and so, but I think
He's coming back,
Did he just come back? Yeah, because
Yeah.
everything's sorted back.
and now we're
place.
fine again.
Yeah. What is going on? All right, so no, okay. So just FYI, guys, if you put a chat thing up in the Zoom chat, I can't read it because if I do, it screws everything up. So, it's
Okay.
yeah. All
I
right,
cannot
so
communicate with the game master. No.
I mean, you can message me through Facebook or whatever. So the 9 people watching, of which we are
Did
some,
the pictures move around when I cut out?
they did. Yeah, it got all crazy. There are 9 people watching. Hello, everyone. You guys are all getting to witness my technical difficulties happening in live time, so that's cool. Well, with the delay or whatever. Okay, cool. So this bear dies, and you guys are now standing there in this area with this dead bear laying on the ground. The creature that you were looking for is probably gone, but you only know this because Graham, your guide, Graham Sanders, his long angular face and salt and pepper hair, comes out of the woods just ahead of you and goes, "What was all that racket?"
Well, there
A
was
bear. It was a bear.
Jules chomps down on his half a
The
cigar.
bear, the damn
Zombie bear, yeah. Sorry.
Well,
We whooped it.
You scared away that deer that was just in the woods over here. But good thing you guys didn't shoot any guns or whatever. That would have scared like everything away for miles.
Jules is gonna go collect his net.
Yeah.
He's gonna kind of wrap his hand in a icky old cloth and shake the net out or something, try to get it clean.
So, Sin, you hit it, Jaden, you hit the bear with one of your arrows, correct? Yes, Jaden? No?
I used the chain.
Oh, the chain, that's right. Okay, sorry, I was trying to remember.
Dakota attempted to hit it.
Dakota
with
was,
it.
sorry, it was Dakota that attempted to do it with the
I
arrow.
missed.
But he missed. So, Dakota, you unfortunately can't go salvage your arrow because it's gone somewhere off in the distance.
Man. Okay.
Dang, I know. But that's because you missed. If you had hit, it would be still sticking in the thing, and then you could attempt to salvage it, but it is not. So what do you guys want to do about this dead bear?
Well, we probably don't want to eat the bear, but we might want to look around to see maybe it was hunting and maybe it got something without infecting it.
Oh, that's a real good idea. I'll bet Tiny could help us find it if there's anything to find.
To follow the bear tracks, yeah, that's actually a really good idea. To follow the bear tracks, you just need to make a tracking skill roll. Tiny can help with that, if I remember correctly, Tiny has advantage on the tracking skill use. So,
Skills.
Smell, yeah, he's got
Tracking,
advantage
65,
on his tracking skills. Yep. So Tiny can help. He's got advantage on it, or someone else can do the tracking. You can also do a teamwork thing where both the actors will roll and they'll work together. Does anyone want to assist in the tracking of the bear track?
I could try tracking.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then what will happen is you guys will determine between the two of you if Tiny's assisting you or if you're assisting Tiny.
Tiny's got a 65. If that makes any difference.
He's also a dog and can't communicate very well.
True. Well, he can wag his tail and point.
So does that mean that is Dakota assisting Tiny or is Tiny assisting Dakota?
I suppose he probably should assist Dakota because,
All right.
16 with disadvantage.
With disadvantage? Whoa, holy crap.
Yeah.
Okay. Very nicely done. Well, Tiny's assistance was going to be some other role, but you already done really well, so we'll just leave it with that.
Yeah.
So we'll just go with that. So Tiny just kind of helps. And so Dakota, you're following, you kind of follow the tracks a little bit, and then eventually you just get this nice path. You get it, lock it in real easy, and you can follow the bear all the way back to like basically where it's left for the day. But as it's going along, it did kill something. But whatever it like killed, it either mostly consumed or the thing itself drug away. All you know is there's like a pile of like a big pool of blood like on the ground, and it's a lot of blood. So whatever it attacked like bled a lot. And it's red. It's normal red-looking blood, so it's normal animal blood. It's not like you think it attacked something. But that thing, whatever it was, is not here anymore. So either the bear completely consumed it, or it managed to disappear, which is not that strange living in the world that you live in, but also kind of strange at the same time.
Right. Should we maybe see if Tiny can help you search around and see if there's any, see if there is something out there? What do you think, Dakota?
Sure. I mean, like, I don't mind. I like hunting.
So I'm going to send Tiny out. I think maybe he's going to go out and circle around and sense stuff, and that's how he's going to help Dakota.
Yeah, go ahead and make the tracking roll then for me. With advantage, so you get to roll an extra 10s die. Because he has advantage.
While all this tracking is happening, Gus is just gonna go over and find his scalpel and just kind of frown at it like, why did this not work?
Tiny got a 44 on his scent tracking.
Yeah,
which is a success.
So Tiny does sniff around, and he starts to like indicate to you whatever way that is, whether he barks or whether he like comes back and then like goes like, and like turns around and starts going back the other way. Whatever it was, whatever he does.
He comes back, he wags his tail at me, goes back to it, and wags his tail again.
He indicates to you that he's picked up some kind of track, and he wants you to follow because it's not right here, but it does go somewhere. Because you have command, like you have these actions with him where you can get him to do things. So basically you know what he's trying to indicate to you, so you can give him the proper commands.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, he's got some pretty cool skills.
Yeah.
Better than mine.
Let's follow the dog. Let's follow the dog.
I think he knows where he's going.
All right.
Then I chew on my cigar some more.
Following the dog then through the woods a bit, you eventually come to getting the right information for you guys because we're skipping to a optional scene. Whoop, over here. Where'd it go? Sorry, hold on. I'm trying to find it.
That's no problem.
Oh, there it is. Okay. So after tracking it for a little while, you start to see some tracks that are hard to make out in the soft mud of the ground. But they don't look like regular. They don't look like people tracks, and they don't really look like animal tracks either. But you see some tracks, and then you come to a point in the trees where there appears to be a body of a deer hanging up in the trees, being strung up with sort of cords and wire, but it's up off of the ground and it is cut open. And all of its organs are kind of being displayed. Like some of them seem like they've been taken out and sort of moved around. But it definitely appears as though not that this deer was being skinned or anything, but that it was being researched, for lack of a better
Tiny.
way.
Is there anybody here?
Tiny does not indicate that there's anyone around.
Yeah, Jules looks at you guys. What do you think? Looks particularly at the scientist. And the
Maybe we
hunter.
should go investigate.
Mm-hmm.
Catherine's going to just kind of stay towards the back of the group on the outside and just kind of constantly be looking around to make sure nothing can creep up on us.
Yeah, make a perception roll for me.
Okay, and I am skilled in perception, so that means
Oh, we lost someone again.
what does skilled mean for me for
it
the
means you have an additional +5 to your threshold. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so it's not me that needs to move.
Okay. So that is a 75 is my threshold, and I rolled a 47.
Okay,
Cool.
so that's a success, right? You see those same tracks that they noticed before. You have a better view of them. They appear to be sort of like almost foot-like, but then they have like two sort of almost foot-like things coming off, making like a weird sort of three-toed thing with big toes, like that were like feet size. Catherine, what is your apocalypse again?
Supernatural.
Supernatural. Okay, this is not a supernatural thing, but you can, if you wanted to, make an academics skill roll to see if you can kind of figure out what this is.
Academic skill roll. Yeah, I will go ahead and do that. 008. So that's just an 8, right?
That would be an 8. Yeah, that's
That's
pretty
really
darn
good. Yeah. Yes, I did. That's because my level is 70, so
Yeah, so that's 3 degrees
I
of
got an 8.
success. So that's an amazing success. These tracks are very obviously alien in nature.
Wonderful.
I suspect one of the
She's gonna-
larger aliens is involved.
Catherine's going to wander slowly over to the group and kind of point out the tracks on the ground. I've seen these before. These are from the aliens, the ones from above. We need to be careful.
They're probably around if we're seeing these. Do they look fresh?
Yeah, fairly fresh.
Yeah, they're around.
Unfortunately.
They're around. Be careful.
We just tangled with some aliens the last time we were out and about in these parts.
They had energy blasters. They looked fun.
I don't have much luck with that alien technology, but they fall to my sword like every other demon does.
Yeah. So your guide, Graham, he kind of comes up and goes, well, we're unfortunately not very far from where I wanted to camp for the night. You guys want to head back, or do you want to camp for the night? And we can go on tomorrow. We can get all that food that we've been expecting. What do you think?
I say someone should be on patrol, just in case.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I wonder if Sin could do a little scouting, or you, Dakota, or both of you. See
Yeah,
what you can
you
find.
guys are the young, sneaky
fine with
ones.
that.
Yeah.
I was waiting for when someone was going to be like stop, but I was wondering if Sin could have like hid right as she pointed out the alien tracks to everyone else.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Make a stealth roll for me to see how well you hid into the trees when you're like, I'm out of here.
30.
30. All right, and your agility is
85.
85. All right. So that is 2 degrees of success. That is a great success. So 2 degrees of success. You go off into the trees. If everyone wants to look for you, they have to get a great success or higher on their perception skill roll to see you. So they have to get half of their perception to see you. So you're pretty hidden. You're pretty well gone at this point.
Upon like Joel's saying, maybe Sid could scout you here off of the distance. Like you're not entirely sure whether or not it's actually coming from the spot where Sin might be. You hear, yeah, sure, I'll go ahead and scout.
From the trees. Yes, yep. I'll scout.
Like the wind whispering through our ears.
Okay. Well, Graham indicates that just through the trees there's a clearing, and he says it's just over there where we were going to camp, which is uncomfortably close to our campsite to this body. Not sure I like that. Maybe we'll go a little farther than we normally do.
What do you think about the deer, people? Should we take it with us and eat it? I hate to waste it. Or do you think they'll come back for it?
Food's food. Let's grab it.
Fair.
It has been provided. We should take advantage of it.
Fair. It is. When you go to get it, you can tell that it's been cut on purpose, like it's been surgically cut. I think it would be Gus would probably be able to make like a roll on this if you wanted to. Gus, do you want to make a roll to see if you can tell how what kind of incisions were made or what might have been the tool used? If not, that's fine.
Yeah, I was just about to ask.
Yeah, you can do that. I guess there's a delay on your side, so I will.
Yeah, is that like medicine or?
Yeah. You can make a medicine skill roll to determine like what kind of thing was used.
Yeah, sorry, it's like 8 seconds right now.
Yeah, I'm beginning to realize that there's a delay. So he's just now getting my other message. So I have to work in data squirts for him.
Believe it or not, a second 93 in particular, so that's going to be a no.
Okay, then, no. Okay, you don't know. But for the rest of you, if you wanted to salvage, just go ahead and make somebody amongst you, whoever has the best one, will make a survival roll for me, and I will determine how much meat you're able to get off this thing.
I am skilled on survival.
But what is your stat? I'm
also skilled in survival.
Yeah,
my instinct is 45, so it would be 50 would be the threshold for me. What about you?
55.
Oh, well, then I'll let you roll.
All right.
All right, Dakota, cut this thing apart and see how much food you can get to make a roll.
Can we do anything to assist him that would maybe give him advantage?
Yeah, so anyone who wants to assist, this is how teamwork rolls work in this game. If you're going to assist, you're going to go ahead and you would make the roll as well, and then your degrees of success would add a +5 per degree of success to the threshold for Dakota's roll.
If he fails, then I fail. If he
fails, nothing happens.
I got a 0.2 out of 50. So
wow. Okay, so that is 3 degrees of success. That's +15. So now Dakota has to get under a 60-70.
I got a 60.
There you go. That's a success. All right. So I'm gonna roll this die, and hopefully it's.
I made a 31. I have to look what my skill is.
80-second data bursts. Was there follow-up to that? I was hoping there was.
Yeah, I'm on mobile too, so I had to switch to my other to the sheet. I think it's just a regular success on that.
Okay, that doesn't push it too far down, so it's still gonna be the same. So you found 12 food units. You were able to carve off of this thing, avoiding any necrosis infested, like slowly the Z virus is creeping in kind of parts of the body. So you're able to salvage 12 food units from this.
Nice.
So good job, Dakota. That's how much you get from the help of the others. Skylar helping as well, and also Gus. You guys managed to get 12 food units, which is a lot of food. Except you have Skylar in your party, so it's like some food.
Tiny can eat too, I'm afraid.
Yeah, Skylar. So there's 6 of you plus a dog, so that's 7 of you plus Graham, so that's 8 of you. That's 16 food units right there that you would need automatically. But then Skylar requires another, I think, 1 or 2 more. I forget. I have to look at his character sheet. Skylar requires just 1 more. So just 1 more. So that's 17 food units you need to eat to avoid hunger today. But you found 12 off of this tier, so
It's a good start.
yeah, it's a good start.
Well, these old bones are ready for a rest. I've done my time.
Right. So
Yeah, I'm feeling it too.
yeah, so walking
ourselves
through
a
the
place.
woods a little bit farther than he had originally intended, you guys spend an extra hour walking through woods because he wants to avoid this body as much as possible. You come to an area where, as you come through the trees, you notice that there's a lamp post. And he looks around and says, Graham, your guide, he looks around and smiles and goes, okay, this I think is good enough. I think we're good here. This is farther away than originally intended, but we're here. We got this lamppost. Maybe we can try to get this thing working if we can to get us some light, or maybe we leave it off. I don't know. With there being possibly aliens in the trees, maybe being off is a better thing. But we're going to set up camp here. So what I think we need to do is maybe see if we can scrounge up some tubers. We need, to make sure we got enough food for the day. Or maybe we could try to catch a deer or something. Or not a deer, a rabbit. We can see if we can find a tributary to that river that's not far off and see if we maybe fish it. Otherwise, I think we should probably set up camp here for the night. I've got this wire. And he reaches in his bag and he pulls out this wire. He goes, I've got this wire. If we want to set up a perimeter, which I think is probably a good idea if there are aliens around here, we might want to put a little tripwire, or maybe an electrical wire. Anyone got any batteries or anything?
Isn't someone taking watch for the night?
Oh yeah, they'll definitely be watch, but perimeter.
Also, yes, I do have batteries.
Oh, great. Okay. Yes. So, this is how we'll break it down. Request for a bio break occurred. Sure, we can have a break. Why don't we have a break now, and then I'll break down what you guys would do to set up camp, and then we'll do that after that. This is a good place to take a small break. So everyone, we're going to go on a small break. For those that are watching, please stay tuned. We'll be right back after we give people a chance to go take care of some business. So I'm going to switch to studio mode, and then I'm going to switch to the standby screen and transition, and we are in standby.
I love.
Let's see. OBS, why are you so quiet right now? Weird. Oh, I'm apparently not muted. The worst part is though that nobody heard that because everyone was muted, so no one heard me go as we were coming back in.
Yeah, I didn't, but I was just rolling with it.
All right. Well, we're back. Okay, so we'll leave studio mode. All right, everyone. So you are now at camp. You have killed the zombie bear and like left it, followed its tracks. You found the body hanging in the trees, and the tracks around it that indicate to you that there's aliens nearby. You are in a clearing. There is a lamppost there. You think that this might have been part of a metropolitan jogging area. That's basically the feel that you get. Like there's a kind of the remnants of an old bench as well. But you're in camp, and your guide, Graham Sanders, has suggested that you maybe set up a perimeter to protect you from whatever goes. And Dakota brought up a good point about watches, and he responded with, yeah, of course we're going to do watches, but we also kind of maybe want a perimeter. So around this camp, you guys can, there's a couple things you can do. You can try to get the street. If you want to get the light going for the street lamp, it'll give you some light. It will help you see farther so you can see if anything's coming. But you also will have a big bright light on in the middle of your camp. So there's like a downside to it as well, right? Like there's a pro and con of that.
Yeah, I'm not sure I want that.
I don't think I really want a great big bright light telling the aliens where to come to pick us up.
Food's right here, guys. Food is right here.
Yeah, from somewhere off in the shrubbery, you hear Sin say, "Darkness is best," and then just.
She is the darkness. Yeah. So then there's then you can also the other things you can do is set up a perimeter, like he mentioned. That would be like a crafting skill roll to set up a perimeter. You could also go tracking for some rabbits if you wanted to, or you could do a foraging for some tubers and mushrooms. That would be a survival skill roll. Or you could try to look around. This used to be a metropolitan area, so you could look around for component pieces, maybe, laying around, stuff that people, or items that people had sort of abandoned. Or you could stay in camp and try to either start a fire and get camp going to like cook any food that gets, like the deer meat that you have. Or you can try to look for predators. So you just like stay there and you're doing like perception rolls. So those are all the many different things you can do. And you can basically do 2 of them. Each person can do 2 different rolls before the sun goes down because you take an extra hour to walk. So you would have had 3, but you took an extra hour.
What the heck is survival? There it is.
Catherine's really good at perception and survival, so and tracking. I'm good at all. Like she's good at all those things. So,
It's
I
like
guess
you made a character
survival.
for
She
its
could probably
adventure.
look for vegetables and stuff, and then also while she's doing that, watch for enemies.
So you want to do
Enemies.
the roll for checking out for predators and stuff, and also you want to do a foraging type deal.
Yes.
Okay, I'll accept that. I'll go, Catherine.
Can I help her forage, perhaps?
Sure. Hold on. Forage. I'm just writing them down. Forage and predators. Okay. You can help her forage. It's like that roll that we had done before, where if you're gonna help, you would make your roll, and then your degree of success would add to hers. But first, let's just determine what everyone's doing before we start making rolls. So, Jules, you want to assist Catherine. Will you also assist Catherine in looking for predators, or did you want to do something else? Okay.
Yeah.
Just completely assist
Those
Catherine.
Good
are
perception.
literally the 2 things I was going to do too, so I
Oh.
guess I'm in on those.
Okay, yeah, so that's fine.
Well-
You get all 3 of you. Gus helping as well.
We're just going to get it done.
I'm gonna send my dog to help Dakota hunt, though, if Dakota wants to hunt.
I'm hunting.
Okay. So that we'll go over to
What
Dakota.
does cooking meat require?
So the way what that would be, sorry, let me write down. Dakota's gonna hunt and then possibly something else. What you would do for cooking, you would make a survival roll to build like a fire, and each degree of success that you get on that roll would be an increase to the safe level of the food. So the food has like a safe level in which you don't get sick by eating it, and if you roll below that, like you are fine. If you roll above that, or if you roll
Use
sorry,
luck.
you roll below that, you fail. So if you roll above that, you're good. So this like safe level thing's like a percentage. Anyway, no, it's below. It is you want to roll low. So anyway, there's food at a safe level, and then you increase that level by your degrees of success. So for each degree of success, you add a plus 20 to that safe level.
Oh,
So
I am not proficient in survival, so I guess I will just wander around.
you could be
camp
looking around. You could be like
stealthily,
stealthily looking around for predators and stuff. That's fine. I can
Yeah.
accept that.
Well, like, that's about I had no
Stealthing
survival
them?
or foraging anything.
You could
so-
also be doing a survival survival roll, which is one of your special stats, and try to be looking for stuff.
Ooh, she can look for stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, can I? I could probably look for stuff too. That's another.
Did you
want to
break off from helping from Catherine the second time around? Instead of looking for predators, you look for stuff.
But I could
That sounds like fun.
Okay.
I could help Sin look for stuff, and I could help Catherine look for look for foraging.
Okay, so you do the foraging first. So yeah, so Sin, the way just for you to note, you would look at your character sheet right in the center, just to the right. You'll have a salvage special stat, right?
Yeah.
And that would be what you use for looking for stuff. But you're gonna have Jules helping you, so we'll break these things down. Now, last person to indicate what they're going to do is Skylar. Skylar, what are the things you want to do?
Oh, it's not what I want to do, Scott. It's what I do. There was fire. Fire was an option.
Someone said fire.
Someone said fire. I'll do fire twice.
Twice. He's like, I don't care. I only need to do it once. I'll do it twice. I'm gonna do fire twice. Okay, that's fun. I'll write that down. Skylar, fire twice.
Fire, and more fire.
Do we need more fire? I'll do a fire 3 times. I don't care.
He's fighting fire with fire.
Fire. Write that down. All right, hunt. One last thing, Dakota. You had a second thing. You were gonna hunt. Did you want to wait and see how the hunt goes and see if you can continue hunting, or maybe you want to do something else? That's you, Caleb. Question for you, buddy. Okay, we'll just get to it. Okay, well then we'll go with the first. We'll go with the big group of people doing a bunch of stuff. So that would be the first set of things you guys are going to do is Gus, Catherine, and Jules are all going to be foraging together. Who's going to be the primary person? Who's the best forager? Best survival instinct?
50 would be my.
Yeah, it's better than mine. I have
Threshold.
60, so.
I have a 75.
Oh, Catherine should be our main forager.
Yeah, it sounds like Catherine's
50 it is.
the main forager. So Catherine, you'll be the primary, so you'll wait. The other two will
Okay.
roll, and they add their degrees of success to you.
Okay, I just got a regular success.
Okay.
59 out of 60.
I got a failure.
Okay, so just a +5. So now you have to get under an 80, Catherine.
Okay. Holy crap. Okay. These dice are much happier than my other ones. 005.
Okay,
Nice.
that is 3 degrees of success.
I have found all of the vegetables.
You find 3
All the
food
heavy
units worth of
mushrooms.
food. 3 food units.
Woohoo!
Happy mushroom.
We
Yeah,
have
I'm so
15
hungry.
total now.
Yep, 15 total that you've discovered so far, and we haven't had Dakota do the hunting roll yet. So there's that. Okay, so that takes up an hour, and you guys find 3 food units working together. Cool. We will now jump to we'll go to Dakota, then we'll go to Sin, and then we'll go to Skylar, and then we'll jump back to you guys. So Dakota, you went
Okay.
to go hunting. You have Tiny with you. So why don't you, Carol? Why don't you roll for Tiny and let me know what Tiny's tracking is?
Tiny rolled a 58. Oh, come on. Where's your sheet, Tiny?
I think that's just
There
a
it
success.
is. I think that's a success for him, isn't it?
Okay. So Dakota, what is your instinct? 55. Is that right?
No, it is 50.
Okay. Well, now it is 55 to do your trekking to get under it.
All right. Wait, what check am I doing? Survival?
Oh, this is tracking.
Okay. I failed with
Okay.
the 78.
Okay. So you can re-roll if you'd like, if you wanted to use one of those luck use re-rolls.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. Okay.
I failed even worse. 84.
Okay. So yeah, you're like sort of bumping around inside the trees, and you end up tripping over some stuff. You make a whole lot of noise while you're doing it.
Sid whispers off in the distance. Shh.
But
I need no help.
You don't really find anything.
He trips over Tiny.
In fact, you kind of think that you may have made it a little bit worse, like trying to find stuff. But you have two options. You could either try to continue hunting this area, or you can give up and do something else. Who's in front
I'm
of
gonna
who's in
continue.
front of like a stop
Yeah.
sign?
Tiny will keep helping you.
There's an angry an angry car somewhere within the forest, obviously.
That's the alien spaceship.
They have old style horns.
It's the alien spaceship having parking problems.
Shoot, probably me. I tuned it out.
Oh yeah.
Didn't even hear it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Tiny's helping, and Tiny got a 39 this time, which is definitely a success.
Okay.
All right.
In fact, on 65, that's not quite. That's
So it's
not
still
quite
just
a
an
two successes.
additional +5. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Dakota, you would make a second tracking roll because we'll just keep with you, and then we'll go to everyone else.
Okay. Get that later. I wish I could get that. Oh, success. Double success. 33.
Okay, 2 degrees of success, or just one success.
2.
2 degrees.
Okay.
Okay. 2 degrees of success. That's fine. You find 6 food units.
Wow.
Yeah, hunting produces more food units than foraging, but you can only do it once, essentially. And then you have to move to a different area. So, like, he found food units. He now has to go somewhere else to find more food because he's killed the animal that lives in this particular area. That's how that works. Whereas the
Okay,
food
we're up to
unit,
21 food units.
yeah. Whereas the other way, the foraging, you can continue to forage. It just gets harder and harder until eventually you foraged everything in that particular area.
Gotcha.
Okay, so yeah, so you do end up finding a food unit. Your second hour of hunting, you managed to get 6 food units, which is, maybe 2 rabbits or something like that. Like you get maybe a bird's nest full of eggs, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But you're
We
able
do
to
have the food units in our packs too,
You
don't
do
we?
have food units in your packs. That is the thing, but it looks like at this point you've managed to get enough food units to not have to worry about the food units in your packs.
Yeah, save those.
So you can
man.
save them,
Oh yeah.
for another day when you might not find enough food units to get through the day. Okay, then we're going to go to Sin, who's going to be foraging, or looking around, not foraging, salvaging for stuff. And then we'll go to Skylar with his first fire, and then we'll jump back to everyone else.
Oh yeah.
And then
I
we'll
was
have,
gonna help
so
you
after
salvage-
everyone is done with their stuff is when
salvage.
Dakota comes back with the food. So
I was gonna help Sin. salvage.
Sin is going to do it once by herself, though, because
Oh.
you were currently helping
Oh, got it.
with Catherine doing the foraging thing.
Well, I was going to I
Do
was gonna
predators? You can look around for
salvaging,
predators first, or
and then
salvaging?
I'll do predators first because
Okay.
I'll have.
That's fine. So make a perception roll.
51. That is not below half. That's just regular.
Just regular. It's a success. You don't really hear or see anything that looks like predators. You do hear some stuff, like you hear Dakota messing around in the woods, but other than that, and you hear the others that are like sort of talking amongst each other while they're like cutting out
this
like
is a lovely
mushrooms and
carrot.
stuff. But you are tubers or whatever they're pulling out of the ground. But as far as you can tell, there are no predators like coming at you.
While
I
Skylar's
got a
over there,
regular success for
fire!
that, if you're asking.
I was asking only Sin who was doing that. You guys were foraging at this point. It's a concurrent things happening. And
and then back in camp, I can hear Skylar fire.
yeah, and then we'll go to Skylar, who's going to be making a fire. Skylar, you're going to make a survival roll to get a good fire going that is, going to help out the people. Rather than a bonfire, you can just make a bonfire all you want. But.
Well, in order to make my fire, I will be harnessing the equipment that I have that allows me to make fire a little more readily.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, my 97 that I rolled means I probably set myself on fire trying to get it going.
He sets the forest on fire, man.
Well, you can always re-roll that if you wanted to use luck.
I think I will. I mean, nobody else is in camp, right?
Yeah,
So,
it's just you and Graham, who's apparently just sitting around being like, "Merp, merp, 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 merp."
kind of cast a glance over each shoulder to make sure nobody was watching. And I roll a 005. So,
There you go.
A lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I tried to do the first time.
Yep.
It's the perfect fire.
Yeah, it was like you were starting to like lose track of what you were doing there. No, hold on, what I got this, and then you do it. It is
wood
a good.
is wet. I don't know. Somebody hangs. This isn't even wood. They gave me fungus or something. I don't even know what this is.
Yeah, Graham just gave you some moss. There you go.
It was when Dakota was crashing through the woods, making a ruckus, so distracting everyone.
So yeah, you have made a
Was
really
it my
good.
fault?
You made a really good fire. What it means is that if you decide to like cook the meat stuffs you found and like the meat stuffs that have been salvaged and then hunted or the tubers, basically everything is going to get a plus 60 to its safe level, which means it's probably going to be safe even if it was at 0, because it's the lowest it could possibly be according to the Game Master Guide is 20, so it's at least 80% safe now because of your fire. So
Yay!
yeah. So you guys will be fine. You won't have to worry about it. It'll be okay.
Nice.
So yes, so that's your first fire. We'll get back to your second fire because you made a fire, but you might want to make another one, which is basically what you're saying to me. So we'll jump now
Tandem
back.
fire.
Yeah, we'll jump now back to Gus and Catherine, who are going to look around for predators, and then we'll go through that, and then Jules will be joining Sin, things like that. So, Gus, you got how much, Nathan, was it for that roll?
Regular success, 53 out of 60.
53 out of 60. So, Catherine, you have a +5 to your threshold for looking around to see if you see anything.
Okay. I will roll and look for the bad guys. Oh, I'm going to use a luck on that because that
Okay.
was a 95, so that was really bad. I will use my second luck. And that is, oh my gosh, I'm doing terrible. 83. Apparently, I'm just excited about vegetables.
You get some dust in your eye as you're doing this
Yeah.
because, you're just unlucky that way. Maybe some tree bits like fall down and hit you in the face or whatever, but like not enough to like hurt you, just enough to like get gotten in your eye. And you don't really notice anything. Nothing really stands out to you as a problem. You can't really see that well right now because you are now semi-blinded, so you have a little bit of a disadvantage for the moment. So there you are. Jules, you went ahead and you're gonna be helping Sin, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll jump to you guys then. Jules and Sin, you are salvaging the area for stuff. Are you looking for items or component pieces? Do you want to find like stuff, or do you want to find like the little bits of unnamed, undeclared types of things that you can use to craft stuff? What are you looking for?
What do you think, Catherine?
There's not Catherine. It's Sin and Jules.
Oh, Sin.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, I mean,
Look for something we can craft with.
is anyone in our party a good crafter, though?
I've got some crafting skill.
All right, yeah, we can do that.
Mediocre crafter.
That might be a mediocre skill, but I have some.
I
Well,
did not
my
realize
threshold
that
is
you
I'm-
had really.
I'm good
I
at
can
it.
crochet a line.
I am proficient at crafting.
I'm
God,
also
no.
proficient.
Well, there you go. So there's some people that can craft in this group.
Good.
But it's only like a 45.
I think 50
Okay.
for Dakota. So
Well, I have 35,
50.
so it's better than mine. So for helping, you roll.
So whoever's
Judy.
assisting the other person will roll they'll roll first, and their degrees
right,
of
yeah,
success will
sorry.
add to the other person.
What are we rolling for exactly?
This is salvage. So if you look at your
Salvage.
character sheet right in the center, you have your hit points. Then to the right of that, you get initiative, and then the next one is salvage.
Salvage. My salvage threshold is 52. What about yours, Sin?
42. I'll help you.
Yeah, you help me roll.
Oh no, no. I'll use luck.
It's so bad you're going to have to use luck. It's just, I mean, anything under.
To be fair, for salvaging, it's actually probably better if you guys work independently. That way you can find more stuff.
Oh,
But-
okay.
But we'll see how it goes with this. Because if she gets nothing, then it's fine.
18.
Oh, 18.
Woo.
That's 2 degrees of success. Do you wanna add that to her then?
Yeah.
Okay, so you get a plus
All
10.
right. Plus 10. Okay. And that is. If I have. Oh, that's 10.
You rolled a 10, huh?
Yeah, I rolled a 10.
10 out of 60. Well, that's going to be 2 degrees or 3 degrees of success. So you guys were looking for the undescribed bits and things so that you can craft stuff. Is that right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, you find 8 component pieces. 8 component pieces, and so the things that you can make are all of the items that would appear in the book, which you guys don't have the full book of because neither of you were Kickstarter backers. But some of the other stuff that you can craft things with that, like if you wanted to craft a new rope or something like that, you would just use up the amount of component pieces that are Nathan dropped out again. They would be required for that. So an example. Grab the corals. This is my test copy for those that wanted to see it. Oh, I gotta correct myself. Is he gonna come back? Because otherwise the Twitch stream is gonna be all kinds of messed up. I hope he comes back.
Be messed up for a minute or two, won't matter.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't matter. Okay, well, for those oh, there he goes. He's back. Okay, so now we're corrected, or should be in a second. The delay is so bad on this, but well, oh, yep. See, because it just froze from me doing something weird.
There we go.
So we're back. So right here is what it would look like. You guys probably can't see this.
We just had a book.
It's a book, but you'll see something like this number here. So, for example, the duct tape would be 8 component pieces. That's how much that is. So, if you wanted to craft some component pieces, if you want to craft some duct tape, that's what it'd be, like that kind of thing. Like an oxygen tank is 23, that sort of stuff, and that's what you would use those component pieces for. I can share something related to this with you if you wanted to craft some things, but you don't really have time because the sun is going down. So you have those for on the fly. The thing to note is that it actually is strategically a good idea to hold on to some. That way, you, in combat, if you were like, you know what we need right now, we need blank, you could just sort of try to craft it in combat. So, or not combat, like it just later on. So it's always good not to just keep spending it every time you got it and make stuff, but to like hold on to some.
Right. Although this is not a campaign, nonetheless, we still may use it later.
Yeah, maybe in this adventure you
Or
may need it.
is this something we could use to repair stuff too?
Yep, absolutely. That's exactly what you use to repair stuff. So if something
So,
breaks or
handy
armor,
stuff.
so if armor starts to degrade, because armor degrades in this game, if armor starts to degrade in the middle of like a fight, you could easily use those to fix it up. Okay, where was I? So you guys, then it goes to Dakota and Skylar. So we'll go to Dakota first. Dakota, you were hunting. Sorry, that's right. You're hunting a second round. That's where you found your food. So you now have found the food and you can bring it back to camp. And then Skylar.
That's what I think I'm gonna do.
Yeah. And then Skylar, you wanted to make fire again. Is that correct? Or did you want to do something else now? Ah, no. There it goes. Sorry, I'm keeping an eye on the Twitch, and it's like goofing up all the time.
Yeah, you have to kind of not watch Twitch.
Well, it's not that that's not watching it that's causing the problem. It's that there's like random things with Zoom that are being weird. So, poor old Salvinueva, Sal Villanueva. Haha, finally got it. Sal Villanueva is probably being like, wow, these guys with their technical problems. What's going on there? Sal Villanueva.
I mean, I think I probably put together a backup fire. You know, I got a 28 out of 50. It probably turned out okay. You know, it's probably not as robust as the first one that I put together, but, you know, just in case anybody needed another fire.
It's like there's one fire on each side of the camp so we can all be toasty warm.
A distracting fire, yeah.
We'll call it an annex, if you will.
The annex fire.
It's just another fire, man, because fire.
Yeah, right. Okay, cool. Yeah, so you make a second fire off to the side, which can be used for something else. But maybe you're like roasting the deer in the one, and the other one's for, you know, marshmallows or something. You're just like, you know what, it's fine.
One of my food units.
Yeah. So, you cook the deer meat, and then as you're doing that, and you're setting up your second fire, the Dakota comes back to camp. Everyone comes back to camp at roughly the same time, after doing some things out in the woods, and you come back with some food units, Dakota. What do you say to everyone when you come back with 6 food units? The others, Catherine, Gus, you come back with 3 food units.
Let's cook them.
A big cook up here.
I think he's got the deer on the fire. Looks like you got something too.
Yeah. Well, it looks like it was a pretty good expedition you guys went on. You brought back some mushrooms and tubers and some whatever this is. Jackalope? Is that what you found, Dakota?
Maybe. I'm not very sure.
Yeah, me
Are
neither.
you sure it's edible?
Oh, it's edible because if it
I've
weren't, it would be
seen-
glowing.
That's true. I've seen some glowing things in my day. He chews on his cigar.
All right,
I
well,
remember back when the apocalypse happened. Man, everything was glowing for a while there.
Yeah, I remember that.
all right. So you guys cook up the food, and you have no trouble doing that. You have some excellent fires, able to cook up this food nice and toasty. You could definitely cook off, any bits of it that might have been bad. Like singe parts. It's like the food is so good that it's like it tastes great because part of that roll that Skylar made also indicates how well they cook the food. That's sort of where that like safe level bonus comes from. So with like a 60, like Skylar's like, I got this, and like just starts like just grills it nice and exactly the way that you'd want it to come out.
Medium rare.
Cool.
Yeah, probably medium.
Well, we should probably talk about who's going to do watches, because we know there's stuff out there. So, who's going to sleep first and who's going to take watches? Now, for you guys to know, the way that maximum
Watch.
You're going to take watch?
Yes.
Cool. Dakota will take first watch. First watch. So the way that sleeping works is that in the game, your sleepy periods break down into 4-hour increments. So you can have 1 4-hour increment or 2 4-hour increments, essentially. So like 2 4-hour increments is sleep, like the total sleep you'd want to do. But it's broken into 4-hour increments because for every 4 hours you sleep, you gain back 2 health points, and you like get rid of like any kind of mental conditions. So if you decide to take, you want to, if you've taken damage and stuff, you want to sleep extra long and get more health points back, you do that kind of thing. So you can sleep for a selected period of time. So one sleep period is 4 hours, and then you get up and you do other things. So for an 8-hour period for everybody to break down to have sleeps, you'd have to, because there are 6 of you, you'd want to have 3 people on watch each of the sleep periods, each 4-hour block, so that everyone can get at least some sleep in, not become exhausted, and be okay. Like Catherine's like whole blindness will probably go away if she goes to sleep, and then she wakes up and like gets the crud out of her eye, kind of thing. Or she wakes up with pink eye, one of the two.
My luck's little pink eye.
So that kind of thing. So there's like a benefit to sleeping, and so sleeping for 4 hours is probably the minimum amount of sleeping you could do, and you definitely want to do some. So if you guys were to break it down, split it that way, you could do that, or you could just have somebody be like, I'm not going to be on watch, I'm just going to sleep the whole night because, reasons.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Tiny picked up incubate on something. Does that affect him at any point, or
Not right now.
Okay.
Not right now. In this particular, it may not even affect in this particular adventure because it
would
takes,
sleeping help him
Yes, it would.
get rid of that?
Yes, it would. So when he sleeps, he gets a chance to make an immunity roll to push it out, essentially. And if he succeeds, then it gets kicked out, as it were.
Because I'm thinking I'm going to tell him to get some good sleep because he got that gunk on him.
Yep. This is one of the benefits of sleeping. So this is the reasons why you might choose to do that. So these kinds of things are the things that would happen. When you wake up, however, if you didn't eat your food units, then you have hunger damage when you wake up, which is where your hunger thing, where it says 0, where there's no hunger now because you haven't taken any on your character sheet. But you guys all ate. You ate however many food units, 9, 12, 21 food units. Yeah, you're more than enough to be full, and so you don't have any hunger damage that you'll take when you wake up in the morning. I'm sure you didn't eat all 21. You ate whatever the required amount was, like 17 or whatever.
16, 17, yeah.
Yeah, and then you left the rest for, saving.
I think I would stand a watch too.
Okay.
Maybe in the morning.
So the real question is, who's on first watch and who's on second watch? No, what's on first? I get it.
Yeah,
Catherine's
Catherine's
gonna
waiting.
sleep. She's got this stuff in her eyes. It's giving her a headache. She's gonna make a makeshift bed somewhere and
Cool.
say her nightly prayers that you're all accustomed to with traveling with her, and then go to sleep.
I have a pup tent for people.
Yeah, right.
A sleeping bag.
Yeah, I have a sleeping bag. I figure Gus's body he's just almost old enough to still be kind of on 4 a.m. McDonald's run, breakfast time, even though that's been gone for 6 years. But so he can take the be on the second watch.
Okay. Is Catherine going to be
Alright.
on the second watch as well, or does she want to sleep the whole night away?
No, she'll be. I mean, she'll be on second watch. Yeah, she's gonna share the watch duties.
Yeah, pull her weight.
She's just got to get rid of this headache
Yeah, it's not feeling.
Oh, I'll
and
take
all this
the-
dirt that's in her eye.
There's a third watch, you said, right?
No, there's second watch. So there's first and second watch.
Oh, okay. I'll take first watch then.
So Jules and Dakota on first watch.
Sin will be on first watch too. She'll emerge from the forest to eat, and then do I have to roll another stealth roll to go and
Yeah.
disappear back in?
Yeah.
All right.
Otherwise, you're like a weird ghost moving around the people trying to eat stuff, and they're like, "Why is the food disappearing? What is going on?"
It's an alien monster. Kill it.
Let's see.
I saw something move.
I was in a D&D game where we were walking on the edge of the forest, and my character was all sneaky stuff, so I like basically walked on the edge of the forest.
5.
Just in the forest the whole time, talking to the party through the trees the whole time.
I have 5.
5. Okay. That's really good. That's 3
Nice.
degrees of success. So now, if anything were to try to see you, they have to get an amazing success or better to see you as you disappear back in the trees.
Even though my companions can't see me, I'm just lurking on one of the trees at the edge of the clearing, like how a cat would. With
Yeah,
my
you
feet
probably
around
climb
it.
up on a branch and you're up on the
Yeah.
second level.
My tail like wrapped around the branch. I don't know if they would know that I have a tail.
Yeah, I mean, you probably haven't told them because that would make you a mutant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as I'm hidden, they don't know. So.
That's exactly right. You hide a lot because then they don't know that you have a tail.
Want to hide your mutant status?
and like when she eats the meat, it's only been on the fire like for maybe 5 minutes, and then she takes it off and she's like.
5 minutes is actually a really long time for meat on
Yeah.
fire. So.
Well, just long enough to barely cook to the point where it's safe and
just
she eats it.
singed on the top. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about her?
And then we'll go to Skylar. Will Skylar take second watch then, or would he just sleep through the night?
Skylar would definitely take second watch.
All right.
After all, the fire may need lighting again.
So we got the 2 sort of sneaky types, and then the veteran on the first watch, and then Gus, Catherine, and Skylar, the fire, the doctor, and the priest, all on the second watch. The firefighter, doctor, and priest walk into a bar. And then
Walk into a campsite.
Yeah, walk into a campsite. Is Tiny also on second watch?
I think Tiny's just gonna sleep all night.
Sleep all night. Tiny just sleeps.
Yeah,
Wow.
he doesn't feel too good. There's something going on there.
Yeah, he's not doing so hot. Okay. Then what we'll do, for those of you that are going to sleep first, make for me oh man, Nathan's connection is notoriously bad. Yeah. So those of you that are on the second watch, make a resolve special stat roll.
The first watch or the second one?
The second watch. So the people that are going to bed are making this resolve roll.
Gotcha.
Dun, dun, where is the resolve? There
It
it is.
is in the center of your character sheet to the right.
I need to get a feel for the character sheet.
Yeah. You know who
Ooh,
made that?
okay.
Brandish Gilhelm.
I'm not surprised. He does. That's his cool style.
Yeah, we talked to him. He made it for us, and it was a good deal. It was like he made a pretty good character sheet.
Oh yeah, he's awesome.
He's probably not
My
gonna see
resolve
this.
is a 70, and I rolled a 67.
Just made it.
Barely made it.
Oh, sucks.
What about
Going back to my
Skylar
device.
and Gus?
They're going to jail.
Oh, well, never mind with Gus. Gus is apparently just gone.
He died peacefully and in his sleep.
I mean, he was old. Jaden made the mistake of telling us how she like puts age brackets on people before starting. There's like I think it was 60 and up was ancient, right? Was that right?
All right. 20 to 30 is kind of old. 30 to 50 is old. 50 to 80 is ancient, and then anything past that is dirt.
So it changed because originally I was almost old, but now I'm apparently old.
Yeah, you kind of broadened your brackets. A bit there.
Yeah. I added the dirt thing. So.
Yeah. Well, that's because she also realized
I'm ancient.
she forgot the 40 to 50 age range.
The 30 to 40. She left
30 to
them out
40,
the
yeah,
first
that's right,
time,
Yeah.
since her parents don't count.
So
They're
that's right.
almost 40.
Although Dad's 40, isn't he?
Everybody
dad's
but
40 now.
basically her and Caleb are
He will be.
September.
old.
Right.
I'm ancient.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's
so
just carry on.
What about
Sorry.
what about
This
Skylar?
conversation is depressing.
Let's get this over with.
Oh,
I
you
got
don't know if
28
you don't
today.
care.
You can't find your
Happy
resolve?
birthday.
No, I said I finally found it. It took me a minute. I got
Okay.
a 36 out of 40.
Okay, cool. So you succeed as well.
Speaking of old,
What about Gus?
Sorry, I cut back in. What am I rolling?
Resolve. You're making a resolve roll. Resolve.
Yeah, it's 29. I'm just checking that on my sheet to see. Yeah, so that's a great success.
Okay, so yeah, you guys are all fine. Catherine, you can make an immunity roll for me, to shake off this the incubation of the Z virus that's in your system. If you don't make the
Was that to me or was that to somebody else?
that was to Forever Sin for Catherine. Unless you've been infected with the Z virus voluntarily.
No. I'm fine. I'm sorry. Okay. What am I rolling? I'm sorry.
Immunity.
Immunity? Oh,
Yeah.
but I'm not good at this.
I mean,
My immunity is
that's
not
how
good.
it works.
It's not good.
Tiny can
Oh,
make
I
a
actually
sand
get
roll.
advantage on immunity.
Oh, man, my immunity is a 40 and I rolled a 44, guys.
Womp
That's not
womp.
fair. Womp womp.
We're so nice knowing you.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna
Don't
eat you
worry, we'll
last, I
shoot.
promise.
It's all right, little lady. You'll survive.
Don't worry, we'll shoot you in the head before you fully turn.
What on earth?
Someone vacuuming?
Yeah, that is a weird one. What about Tiny? What did Tiny get on the roll?
Oh, Tiny hasn't rolled yet. Tiny got a 47 out of 40.
Okay, so
So he
Tiny also
failed.
failed. All right, good to know. All right, for you, those of you on First Watch, you guys are sort of doing your watch thing. You guys are keeping an eye out. Why don't everyone who's on watch, that's Dakota, Jules, and Sin, make me a perception skill roll to see if you see anything.
Nice. I have 31 out of 50.
31 out of 50. Okay, that sounds like a success.
35 out of 85.
35 out of 85. That is 2 degrees of success. And what about Dakota?
Wait, say that again?
You're making a perception roll for me to see if you see anything while you're on watch.
I failed.
Okay. So the other two, you guys got a success and a great success. Well, Sin, with your great success, you notice that there's something kind of off of the trees. You can't quite pinpoint it, but it does seem like occasionally it almost feels like the light shifts on them or moves slightly. Like the moon is shifting slightly, like, or the branches are shifting slightly or whatever. It just seems like a weird shift, but everything seems fine as you keep an eye on it, so you don't really see what you're noticing. But you do notice that something seems to be off about, like, every now and then, like there's an unnatural movement that you can't pinpoint.
She's gonna uncurl herself from the tree branch and slink over next to Jules, and whisper in his ear, something's amiss.
What did you see? I didn't see anything. I'm assuming I didn't.
Yeah, you didn't see anything.
How to describe this? So I would have been young enough to know about TVs. Okay, so you know sometimes when, like, on the TV the image is shifted like this, they shifted out of place.
Yeah, it sometimes happens
like
with
that.
Twitch streams too.
Yeah.
So, like, you're seeing things are out of place?
Yeah, almost like the light is being warped, or like when you see a straw through the water in a glass.
I don't like that. I've seen things like that before. It's bad. Would Jules actually know anything from his
You can make an
past
academics.
history?
Which one was it? You did the nuclear holocaust, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You can make an academic skill roll for me to see if you can kind of think of what that might be.
He fails the academic
Yeah,
skill
I
roll,
have no
60
idea
out
what
of
could be
30.
causing though. There's many things out there that could be causing weird distortions.
Yeah, but being him, he's going to say, well, I've seen
Yeah, of course.
a lot of things.
He's seen everything, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and that can't be a good thing, even though he doesn't know anything.
Could be,
No,
but
just-
you're gonna guess based on this world. It's probably not a good thing. Whatever.
Yeah,
it is.
anytime something's weird in this world, it's bad. You know that.
Dakota, you can overhear them having this conversation. You're not privy to this conversation.
So,
Should we get everybody up?
Can Sin take a moment to try to figure out what it is too?
Huh? Oh yeah, you can make an academic skill roll if you'd like. Yeah. If you're not proficient in it, remember you roll with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't roll with.
Oh well, then you did even worse than you did before.
Maybe I need to roll with
rolled better.
disadvantage.
Well, you disadvantage. You're gonna take the worst of the two conditions. So even if she rolls better, then she got whatever.
Oh.
No, but I'm
27.
wondering if I shouldn't.
27 with disadvantage.
Yeah, I had 23 and 27 is what I got.
It should be.
This is the general.
It should be 20. It's the tens roll, so it should be 27 or 37.
Both of them have. Oh right, yeah, sorry.
You don't re-roll the ones.
No, not the ones
Is
that.
that-
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So it was a 37 or whatever. That
So
would be.
you don't use the D100 for the tens place.
Yeah, so you would re-roll another tens die. So it's either going to be a 23 or a 33.
Oh, okay.
Or
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Then it would be a 23 or a 27.
23. So it'd be a 23 or 33 or a 27 and 37. Right. So hold on. Which did you roll? A tens die?
I rolled 2D100 and 2 tens.
Oh. Oh, okay. So it's 20 on the tens die either way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then it would do 23 or 23.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or 27. So that's a success then, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I have 30.
Okay. Yeah. So you succeeded. Yes. You managed to kind of get it together based on your thing. This is definitely a sort of alien thing, right? This is something aliens do, probably based on your knowledge of them. You know that they can do stuff like distort like light and stuff. You've seen movies that kind of indicate that might be a thing, and so far none of the movies you ever saw were ever wrong about how aliens work. So
Sure. This isn't like E.T.
I mean, there are aliens like E.T., so like it's still kind of the movies all seem to be true so far in your experience.
I haven't found any aliens like E.T. yet.
You may not have experienced them, but they do exist. So how do you guys want to handle this information?
I because I was a survivor of the rapture, I am a very big, like, paranoid kind of thing and sort of skeptic. So I'm gonna wake everyone up because I trust my instincts to the point that I'm willing to wake everyone up and make it.
Jules has seen that everything goes bad. He'll be happy to help you wake people up.
All right. Start waking people up. All of you guys, since you guys all succeeded on your resolve rolls, you're all just you're just having like strange dreams, but not like super strange dreams, just like normal dreams that you'd expect to have, but they're like slightly different. And you guys all have a moment where you all see each other in your dreams, like the three of you that are sleeping, you see each other, and you kind of like have this cognitive recognition that you're not looking at like a dream version of the person, but like that person. And then you all get woken up at that same time that you sort of have that moment. You get woken up by the others. By the two of them, Jules and Sin. I don't know what Dakota is, if he's participating in that or not, but
There had better be a good reason for this.
Sin will say, "Do aliens count?"
Yeah.
Sounds even worse than Vietnamese.
I don't know. They were pretty bad. the Vietnamese.
Not all of them, but anyway, that's behind me now. What?
Yeah.
You saw an alien?
I saw the effects that they can produce. The weird invisibility thing they have that warps light around them.
Of course, know nothing about this personally, so kind of just looking skeptically at everyone.
And if she saw something weird, it's bad, and we'd better get ready. You've seen a lot, just like me. It always goes bad.
Every time.
Yeah.
Just get armored and armed.
As you guys as you're having this conversation, you hear something just off the trees, or just away from you, just a little bit, like crunching of the leaves. Like, Dakota, did you go wake everybody up, or were you keeping an eye out? That's you, Caleb.
Everybody up?
Were you waking people up, or were you keeping an eye out?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Well, which one? Were you waking people up, or were you keeping an eye out?
I'm waking people.
Waking people? Okay then. So you are waking people up with everyone else, and you guys all hear this sort of crunching behind you.
Cat, wake up. Skylar.
Yeah.
Something going on.
And all of a sudden, a blast of electrical energy comes flying towards you.
Alien. I knew it.
I'm going to roll a d6, and so based on this, Sin will be 1, Jules 2, Skylar 3, Catherine 4, Gus 5, and Dakota 6. I'm going to roll this d6 to determine who's getting blasted at. Number 2, Jules, a blast of electrical energy is coming at you. Let me roll.
What do you think I could do as a reaction?
Yeah, so you're going to have to make a dodge roll to try to get away from this thing as it goes through the air towards you. You're going to make a dodge roll. So based on your character sheet, if you look in the center, you've got like the weapons stuff, like the attack things. If you look to the left of that, there's defensive actions and dodges right there. It's the very first one on defensive actions.
I'm going to use a luck dice on that.
So you failed, and then you're going to use a luck die? Okay.
Yeah, I got a 48 out of 47.
Hey. Oh, almost.
I re-rolled the whole thing, right?
Yeah, you re-rolled the whole thing. Yep, just roll again.
Oh, that didn't help.
Did you fail the second time?
Yeah.
Okay, so the thing I didn't tell you, and I've been sort of making it happen without like slyly slipping it in, but when you fail the luck reroll, something worse happens than if you just like let the failure stand. It's a sort of pushing the roll if you played Call of Cthulhu, as it were.
Hey.
I see.
Yep. So you pushed that roll, you failed, so you get hit, and you don't get to make the resilience roll because you failed, so you like basically critically failed. And all of a sudden you just go, and you feel this electrical energy through your body, and you drop unconscious as the world sort of darkens out.
No.
Everyone else, you see Jules go unconscious to the ground, and now we start a combat round.
Wow. That History Channel guy is right. Aliens.
Okay, so we will go real quick through the list of stuff. Remember, it's Sin that will go first because Sin is the fastest of the group. So, sorry, my wife is calling me. All right, so you're the fastest one, so you get to go first on your turn. This thing just came out of nowhere. There was a blast of electrical energy somewhere from behind you. What do you want to do?
I have normal dodge threshold is 65, and then full dodge is 85.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? Does that mean that it would be easier for me to dodge fully than for me to dodge partially?
You would, so no, the partial dodge is, so normal dodge is just a regular dodge where you sort of shift out of the way, try to get, sorry, my wife is sending me a text. Want to, yes. So a full dodge is when you are going to dive out of the way rather than just shift out of the way. And when you do that, you're going to add 1/2 of your strength. That's why it's higher. but it costs you 5 initiative to do it. Right, so you have to. So you'll reduce your initiative and then fully dive out of the way. But that's a defensive action. That is a reaction to being attacked. So right now you are not being attacked.
Yeah, I know. I was just wondering why.
So you would be diving. You'd be using your initiative to like fully like leap out of the way of whatever it is, or like climb out of the way, or whatever the athletic side of whatever your full dodge is going to be.
Can I throw a Molotov cocktail at it?
You could. But the problem is you don't know where it is.
Oh, right. So I'd have to roll perception to try to find it.
You could try to roll perception. It would just be one complex action to do that. Or you could just blindly throw it and like roll luck to see if you hopefully hit it.
No, I'd rather try to look for it instead.
Okay.
Weirdly throw a Molotov cocktail.
Set the forest on fire.
Skylar might just throw.
Yeah, that's a
Skylar.
That sounds like a Skylar move.
Skylar do, man. He wouldn't care.
Oh, 2.
I mean,
2 perception.
A 2.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, so it was going to be harder for you because cloaking and darkness, but you got an amazing success. That's enough. You totally see it. There is a fuzzy outline of a thing right nearby you. It clearly, whatever it was, moved into camp while you guys were busy waking people up, and it is now very close to you. It is in short range, so that's a thing to note. And it is right there in your camp. You can see it because of the fire and the other fire. There's the disorientation in the light. You can see it because it's between the two.
Burn it.
Obviously, we need more fire.
Yeah, more fire would help you. Yeah.
All right, so I succeeded. I got 65.
To throw the Molotov cocktail?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if the thing can dodge because it gets to dodge. Let's see what happens. A 9. Oof. 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 It may have dodged. It may have dodged. Hold on 1 second. I have to get this book out. Come on, Monster Manual. Monster Manual. The wonderful Monster Manual, which will be yours for the low price of $20. That is literally how much this book costs, by the way. So those that didn't Kickstarter back it, you can still get it when it gets on the shelves here relatively soon for $20 US. 9. Ooh, yeah, 9 is an amazing success. So your Molotov cocktail missed. It shifted out of the way just in time for the Molotov cocktail to go whoosh, 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 whoosh. And it hits the ground and lights on fire. There's now a third fire in your camp.
You don't know how to pick them up?
All right.
Fire!
Okay.
More fire!
Dakota, you're now the person that gets to go next. There's a third fire, which gives you the ability to kind of see a vague outline. It is still hard to hit if you were to target it, but you can try to do something like take aim or whatever to give yourself advantage, which is you have disadvantage right now. So that's on you, Dakota. That's Caleb. It's your turn to take actions.
Dakota had a very long night last night and fell asleep sitting at the computer. So I sent his butt to bed.
Okay, that's fine with me.
So at this point, I can either run him for you, or you can have him commit Harry Carry, or however you choose to.
I would not have him commit Harry Carry, but what we can have him do is we can have him just like take aim and try to make a shot. We'll do some basics. Like I feel like Dakota's whole like way of doing things would be like take an arrow shot and like try to hide, like that kind of thing, right? You think that sounds right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So that's what we'll do. We'll have him take a shot, then we'll have him like hide and stuff like that.
So he's got a 70 out of 75.
Okay. That's a success on that. So we'll see if the alien thing, which fortunately already dodged a Molotov cocktail. So here's where you worked out, Sin, because it dodged a Molotov cocktail. It now has disadvantage on its dodge rolls. So, it worked out even though it failed for you. And a 93 does not dodge, so he would do
average damage.
Yep, would do 2d4 damage.
2d4.
Yep.
It's going to be 6 points of damage.
Cool. 6 points of damage. Bam. Hits the fuzzy target thing, like kind of solidly. Just.
And then he's going to jump into jump in for cover.
Yeah, he's going to go behind, like try to duck behind like the pup tent or something as his first thing, right? So go ahead and make a stealth roll for me, and then we'll just be like he's hidden, and then we'll do the occasional attack from him.
Oh, he is totally not hidden.
Oh, yeah? Okay, he's just...
No, he actually turned on all of his flashlights at the same time. I get a 96.
Okay, yeah, he's definitely not hidden.
That's what you get for trying to hide behind the fire.
In the words of Monty Python, he's doing a really bad job of being hidden. Okay. Jules, you're now the next first thing to say. Remember, not Tiny, just you.
Yeah. So what can I do when I'm unconscious?
Oh, that's right. You were unconscious. I forgot about that. You can't do much when you're unconscious. You can have a dream.
Do I get a saving throw or anything, or do I just stay unconscious?
You get stuck unconscious. Okay. Somebody has to wake you up with they have to use medicine skill or just really take time to try to wake you up, but you are unconscious.
Okay.
But we can actually roll for that. Do you want to roll it, or do you want me to roll it for 1d4 to see how long you're unconscious?
I'll roll it. What the heck? 4.
Okay, you were out for 4 combat rounds. So that's
This is 1.
That's 30 seconds of being unconscious. Not that long
pretty
time.
much the whole fight.
But it will be probably the whole fight unless somebody wakes you up.
Well, Jules was tired.
Yeah. I mean, you hadn't gone to sleep yet. You were on first watch, so you were.
And his hit points, that could have just killed him flat out,
Yeah. Well, fortunately, it was just knockout damage.
Zapped on. Yeah.
Okay. The thing that just got hit with an arrow is gonna search for the target, kind of not really acquire Dakota because there's other people in the way, and number 6, Gus, you're gonna get a blast of electrical energy at you. 43. Yep, that's a success. So you just need to get a success or higher to dodge it.
Well, let's see here. Using Discord to roll dice. Hey, 15. That sounds good.
Hey, that's pretty good. All right, so you managed to duck down as it goes over your head. Electrical energy just sort of flies off and hits something, dissipates on whatever it was that it hit.
Nice.
Cool. So that's that. And then the fuzzy thing sort of moves as it starts to try to move away from these fires. It goes to Gus. It is your turn.
Okay. Can I still see it well enough?
It is. You can still see it well enough to try to do something, but it is. You have disadvantage on any attacks you might make because it's hard to see.
Well, let's see. What are my options? I don't have a lot better to do, so let's at least we'll give it one attack anyway.
Sure.
And,
sure. How intelligent is your character?
It's fairly. Let's see. What does my sheet say? Intelligence is 60.
60. Okay, that's above average intelligence. You could attack it. That's fine. You also know that you could maybe counteract this whole being invisible thing by covering it with stuff, dirt and whatever.
That's an idea. I don't. It's just off in the trees. There's fire. Didn't bring my paintball marker. So yeah, I don't think I have.
If you have component pieces, you could say that it's powder because component pieces are undescribed until you go to use them.
Component pieces are magic.
Yeah, they are magic.
How far away is this? Short range? Or?
He was short range, yeah, because he moved in short range.
Shoot, do I have loose component pieces?
I don't know. Do you?
I might not because I did the custom inventory.
Oh yeah, you made the custom one. Yeah, okay. You probably don't then. You probably used them all.
So I just spent every last one. Yeah. So I guess not.
Okay, then you can just attack it and stuff.
Okay. Is it disadvantage?
Yeah, it'd be a disadvantage.
Okay, I'm using a bot, so it's just 2d100, which is 82 and 3, unfortunately.
82 then, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a miss, I'm assuming.
Okay. Well then I will move over to my unconscious friend then, I guess, and try medicine or something to try to wake her up.
Yeah, that'll be the next time. Moving over to that person, and then next time you can try the medicine roll.
Oh right, because moving is an action. Okay, I'll move that way.
Okay.
And
cool.
Get that ready.
All right, that's fine. Now we go to Tiny. Tiny gets to do some stuff.
Oh yeah, Tiny.
Go lick his face, wake him up.
Oh yeah, that's a fair point. Like Tiny's probably right next to you, and it is your best friend. Your companion animals were your
right?
Mastiff slobber, yay.
So, I mean, I can't tell him to do something, but I can't imagine that he wouldn't be like trying to get me up.
Right. So either he's going to instinctually attack or try to instinctually find out what's wrong with you, right?
I think he's going to instinctually try to wake me up.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
But he probably can't see that monster thing easily. Isn't totally sure where it is, but he knows I'm down, and that's
He can
probably
smell
his
it
primary,
for sure.
yeah, but his primary concern is going to be getting his master up.
Yeah, you dropped unconscious in front of him, so that makes sense.
So I don't know exactly what I'm rolling.
You wouldn't roll anything. It would just be all of Tiny's turn would be waking you up, and then that would wake you up.
And that would wake me up for the next round.
Yeah, because he's spending
Worth
basically
it.
2 complex actions to wake you up. So. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So
Cool.
that's Tiny's turn. Then it goes to Catherine.
He slobbers all over me.
Yeah. Goes to Catherine. Catherine.
Good
is
boy,
okay.
Tiny.
I'm awake, right?
You are awake. Yeah, you got woke up.
And I can see.
You can see. It's
Okay.
hard to see what it is that's there, but something is definitely there.
Right. But I'm not trying to eat my teammates at all.
You're
Yet.
not yet. You're trying to eat your teammates.
Not yet.
No.
Not yet. Okay. Soon, though. Soon, I hope. I'm feeling a bit peckish. I didn't get enough food last night.
Yeah. You wake up a little hungry for sure.
Definitely. It's odd flavor too. I can't really quite place exactly what it is I'm craving.
Yeah.
So let's see. Catherine is going to, knowing that we're fighting invisible-ish type creatures, Catherine is immediately going to grab a hold of her cross, and she's going to she's going to hold on to her holy book, and she's going to do her prayer, and she's going to summon a natural event of fog to bring in to help show exactly where this creature is so that we can hit it better so everybody can see it. So that's what she would like to do.
Yeah. So I'll preface and say yes, I will accept that. Now, what I will follow that with is then the prayer ability is supposed to grant a sort of like area effect damage thing that you do.
Mm-hmm.
But if you wanted to exchange that for, instead of making it cause damage, it instead causes this thing to become more visible, I will accept that as a valid exchange of ability.
Oh, yes. I would like to do that.
Yeah.
Yes. Instead of damage, I would like everybody to be able to see it, because then that is more damage.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's why I think it's a valid, because while it seems like it's a weaker thing, it's actually better for overall for the party. So I agree that would work. That would make sense.
Correct. Okay, awesome. Wonderful. So then with a successful resolve roll, I cause a natural event to strike all targets in the area. Well, we'll
change that to you cause the fog to see the thing and whatever. So what you'll do now is you'll make a resolve roll, and if you succeed in it, the fog comes rolling in.
Correct. And because I'm holding my holy book, I have advantage, correct?
Yeah, that is
yes. Can I use a luck on that?
You can.
I rolled 2 85s. Ooh. Why do my dice hate me? That is just so terrible.
280.
Oh my gosh, it's just terrible. And then, okay, I'm going to try these other ones. Okay, that one's much better. A 31. And my total was a 70, so.
Okay, so that's 2 degrees of success.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yep.
So normally that would be like 2d6 damage or whatever that you would do, but instead you're going to make this thing incredibly visible, because a thick amount of fog just seems to come out of nowhere. Like, naturally it exists, but it's sort of like almost like a weird feeling, unnatural fog sort of just comes rolling in from the trees. For the rest of you, you have no idea. This fog just kind of comes out of nowhere and sort of rolls in. But Catherine, you know where that came from. It came from, the powers. You still have one more action you could do, though.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
Well,
unless we count grabbing your holy book as an action.
I would think. Well, I mean,
the question is, do you keep your holy book with you at all times, or do you keep it like stowed in your back?
Yeah, like the last time I played her, she has it like kind of tied up on like a sling that she keeps, so she can just grab it, like it's there.
It's considered ready. Yeah.
So, okay, and so so I did my prayer, but
Yep.
we didn't use that as an attack.
Right.
So could I walk up to this thing and swing at it?
Yeah, you could do. Well,
Mhm.
you could swing at
not?
it without having to move because you're at short range.
Oh, okay.
So your weapon has reach, right?
hmm The greatsword?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can
Yes,
still hit. You
correct.
can hit it without moving.
Okay, great.
So
So
just-
I will go ahead and take a swing at it.
Okay.
And hopefully see if I can
You
hit this
you don't
thing.
have disadvantage now because you can see it in the fog.
Yay!
The fog is making an outline around it.
Oh my goodness, my rolls are just horrible tonight. Yeah, I can't. I'm so amazed by the blessing of my God that I attempt to swing at it and I just can't seem to quite get it.
Whichever deity it is that did that for you,
Mhm.
the powers.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, you just miss. Okay, that's fine. All right then, Skylar. The fog rolled in, and while that normally is a bad sign because you can't see what's going on, in this case, the fact that there's fog there gives you kind of a vague understanding of where it's at. You're not at disadvantage in where you can see the outline of this creature. It is a man-shaped creature directly in front of you. It is within short range.
Plus, like all the fires around help.
Oh yeah, well
the
the fires helped before, but now the fog is like being like it's like the fires were like, okay, there's the kind of fuzziness, it is definitely right there, but now it's like boof, just like it, like almost like the shape of the fog is sort of forming around it. You can see there's a pocket there, shape of a creature. That's definitely where it is.
You said it's man-shaped. Is it man-sized, or is it larger like an alien was?
It is definitely larger. It is a little bit bigger than you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It has like a very large head, but it looks like a sort of human head on like a shoulders and torso kind of feel. But it is definitely bigger than you.
Since I have reach, do I need to move from where I am to be able
Nope.
to reach it?
Nope. That's why I was saying it's within short range.
All right. So
if you're using your axe, right?
I am going to use my axe.
Yeah, you don't need to move then.
And I'm going to use an action to aim.
Yeah. Yeah. Give yourself.
And then I think I'm going to use a called shot on it.
Cool. And then cancel the. So this is for Jules and Sin who have never played this game before. This is what's happening. By using the take aim function, he's giving himself advantage. Then he's going to use the called shot, which takes away that advantage, so he's back to normal because he gives himself disadvantage for called shots. But if he gets a great success or higher, he does additional damage when he hits. That's the one you're doing, right? Or did you want to do like an arm or leg or something? I assumed you were going for additional damage.
Yeah, we'll go additional damage.
Okay. Yeah, so if you just need a great success or higher to do additional damage.
So that means I need to get half or less. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. I got a 0-1. It's a pretty good number.
A 0-0-1?
A 0-0-1. Yes, sir.
All right.
Where's my game master guide? All right, so on top of it being that's a critical success. The alien cannot dodge better than a critical success, so you automatically hit, right? So that's the thing that's happening.
Outstanding.
You also got the additional damage, but let's see. This is the game master guide. Let's see what critical effect you caused in the process.
The additional damage.
The additional damage, yes. Roll for me a d10.
When Nathan
10.
unmuted.
10, huh?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So the attack was devastating. This is the effect that caused. You're going to go ahead and roll your damage, and then we're going to double your number. So because you got
devastating is 2d8 plus 7, right?
No. It just means it's a descriptor. Devastating is not devastating damage.
Gotcha.
So you did. So normally you do massive damage, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you are now doing devastating damage. So you will do 2d8 plus 7, and then we're going to double whatever your roll was.
I'm so excited for this.
I am too.
Oh my gosh.
It's like a one-hit kill.
15 damage.
All right. So
Oh.
it is not a complete kill. But the axe comes down in the perfect strike. You guys all see this perfect, like right where he wants to hit. He goes through, cuts through the thing, not completely through, but just like, cuts and then kind of comes off a bit. It splits, and a bunch of green bioluminescent liquid starts pouring out all over the place. And part of this sort of light discoloration sort of drops off, and you can see that there's a creature there, and that it was wearing armor, some sort of exoskeletal armor, but that has been completely destroyed. And let's see. So now I have to do the math. So you did 30 damage. So it was at 19. So that leaves.
Now we have this poor little helpless creature.
21. Okay. So I'm gonna make a resilience roll to see if this thing continues to like stand up, because that was a lot of damage it took in one hit. Yeah, it manages to keep standing, but you can see it rock back. It loses a bunch of its armor is just gone. It's just been shredded by this attack, and you see this sort of smaller, gangly creature thing inside of a bio suit, sort of standing in front of you in the fog. Imagine Independence Day with like the cool bio suits that are around the little guys inside the bio suits. That's what you're sort of witnessing right now.
Nice.
And this bio suit's been sort of like destroyed. So, you completely took its armor down. That'll be your turn, Skylar. You actually have one more action you can. Oh no, you did too, right? Because
Nope.
you took aim. Okay. So that leaves that. Now it goes back to Sin, because I -5 from everyone's initiative. We now start a second action phase. -5. Sin, you're now going with 9. You are the the fastest person right now.
All right.
You have a thing right in front of you. You can see it quite easily. The fog is making it clear. It is not wearing a biosuit that is making it hard to see it anymore. Yeah. What do you want to do?
Well, I suppose because it's definitely really been beat up now. I'm gonna try.
Yeah,
to
it's
hit it
really
with my
bad off
chain.
right now. Green viscous liquid sort of spraying everywhere.
Oh my gosh! I rolled a 1 with my chain. 001.
Oh man, 2 critical successes in a row, huh? All right.
Wow.
Wow, this is a maximum apocalypse.
This is a
roll.
maximum ending.
Maximum
For sure.
crit roll.
Maximum.
I rolled a 1
Yeah.
on the D10 for the chart.
That's
You rolled a what?
crazy.
A 1 on the D10
1.
for a chart.
All right.
Hey, I want to say I'm happy that I was able to absorb all the bad rolls for everybody tonight.
Yeah, right.
It was very thoughtful
well,
of you.
You're welcome.
Somebody
You're
had to
welcome.
do it.
Really
And
appreciate it.
the zombie virus. I'm just over here taking care of you guys. It's what I do.
Yeah.
Tank,
right.
closet tank.
Yeah, right. All right. So here's what happened. Your attack rendered the target prone. So you will roll your damage, and then you'll get to attack it a second time, because that's what happens. So that's the effect that you get.
All right.
So roll
Yeah.
2d4, and then you're gonna roll all that attack stuff again.
Oh, ow.
What was the?
The
what was
alien
Holy crap.
is taking a
14
maximum
total.
apocalypse to the face.
Wait, what?
14 total.
14 total?
Yeah, 2 7s. I
Oh.
rolled 2d4 and both of them got 7.
I was saying you get to do a second attack, so you'd roll again, but you do
Oh,
advantage.
right, sorry.
But that's fine.
Right, so 7.
That's fine. I will
7
count
first
that
time.
because that will cause it to be really bad off. I'm just gonna count it. That's fine with me. We'll just because it was prone and stuff. Oh, it was prone, so you get Anyway, don't worry about it. You're good. Right. It is not dead, but it is definitely not doing well. It is laying on the ground, just bleeding
It's
all
lost
over the place.
so many more hit points than I even have.
Kind of cough. As bioluminescent liquid just sort of comes out of it.
All
be
right,
saving
can I
that.
do a stealth action too? Because I did the attack. And that
Yeah, that's fine because you got the special second attack. Yeah, totally.
All right, 23.
Oh wow, you disappear into the darkness, into the fog.
This is normal for me, honestly. I was in a game with Grandma, and we were playing. I was a druid with a wolf, and my wolf rolled 3 natural 20s and killed a bullet by itself.
Wow.
Yes,
Understandable. Yeah.
it rolled
she's
maximum
terrible.
damage each time.
She's just and people watch her do it. I mean, she doesn't
I
cheat.
know.
Yeah.
I have all the.
At any rate,
So at any rate, it is Jules' turn to take actions with this thing.
I'm waking up.
Because you've woken up.
This thing's not dead yet, right?
It is not dead. It is laying on the ground, coughing up its own green, glowy blood.
How much of my movement or whatever does it take to stand up? Is that a
Yeah, that would be
thing?
one movement action.
Is Dakota supposed to go after Sin?
Yeah. Yes. Dakota is supposed to go after Sin. I forgot about that. Dakota. Does Dakota want to do anything, or does he want to keep trying to hide from this thing?
Dakota's gonna look to the perimeter and make sure we don't have anything else coming in.
Make a perception roll for me.
That sounds like a good plan, actually.
I don't know where his perception is. What is that? Is
It
that
would be under
instinct?
his instinct, yeah.
Yeah, so I got a 42 out of 50.
Yeah, so he definitely sees movement in the trees outside of your camp.
Oh.
He's skilled actually, so it'd probably be even higher
Yeah,
success.
that's fine. Yeah, the 55 I think is what he would have been trying to roll under.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a success. And a success grants him the knowledge that there's movement outside of the camp in the trees.
Oh, I'm gonna shout that out to the group.
Yeah. Cool. Yes. So the rest of you now know there's movement outside the camp in the trees. Jules, what do you want to do right now? There's a coffee dead thing on the ground dying, and then there's movement outside.
I think Jules wants to go and stick his combat knife in that if he can.
Cool.
Oh, better yet, he wants to hit it with his baseball bat and finish it off.
Yeah, because
Two-handed smack with a baseball bat.
yeah, well, because so here's the thing: because it is laying on the ground and you're doing a melee attack, you get advantage, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then you're also using two hands, which gives you advantage again with the baseball bat, because the baseball bat grants you advantage if you use both hands.
You can have two advantages.
You can have two advantages. Now, what that means though is it doesn't result in 2 extra dice rolls. It'll
Okay.
be an extra die roll plus a 5 to your threshold, so you have a +5.
Okay.
Now, what you can do with that though is you can exchange it, like he did earlier with the doing extra damage thing, and you can instead take one of them away to do a called shot, and if you get a great success or higher, you do additional damage. Do you want to try that? I mean, if you succeed, you probably going to take it out. It doesn't have that much life left. It's clear
All right.
this thing is almost out of here.
So that means if I want to do the called shot, I don't have advantage?
You will still have one advantage. You will still have advantage.
I have
You
one
just don't have
advantage. Okay.
two advantage. The one of them will go away.
So, all right.
It's called stacking advantage. You also have stacking disadvantage, so those are things to know.
Let's see. Baseball bat, but the threshold's only 40,
Mhm.
which means that my 58 and my 94 don't exactly hit him, do they?
No, they do not.
Can I use a luck dice there?
You can.
I will.
Don't fail, otherwise you hit yourself.
No, I'm not going to fail. I rolled 6.
Okay,
Hey.
then, yeah. This thing, let's see if it can try to dodge with super disadvantage because it is so badly off. All right, needs a great success or higher. Nope, an 81 is not a success
Not
at
a
all.
great success.
All right,
Um,
so you definitely hit it. So because you did, you got it. Was it a success? Oh no, you got an amazing success, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So then you're going to do. It's 2d6 plus 3 is what you'll do with the baseball bat
2d6 plus 3.
because of the additional damage you did.
5 plus 3 is 8.
All
Well, I
right.
take my bat and smack him for 8 points of damage.
Which causes its head to cave in, killing it right there on the ground at your feet.
There's ooey brains all over my bat.
And thus ends the combat from this creature being dead.
From that creature. It's the other creatures I'm worried about now.
Outside of the camp, there was some movement in the trees that Dakota indicated. What do you guys want to do?
Run. No.
We just killed that one, so I would just like yell out, try to maybe intimidate in general, and just yeah, tell your friends, see what we did, you little midget people.
So
Your armor can't stop us.
roll in intimidate for me and see how that goes. So that'd be a charisma.
Hold on. Can
I'm
I try to
proficient.
help him? Can I try to help him by like going over and wiping my chain in the blood and then like holding it up in the air?
Sure, we'll go ahead and you can try to assist.
I would love to try help assisting.
All right, so everyone who wants to assist, what you'll do is you'll
I'm
make
going to
your
take my
roll.
baseball bat, thump it against my hand.
For those of you that are using like the blood of the aliens, I will go ahead and give you advantage on that roll. So if you have disadvantage, you will then just roll normally. But
I
for
don't
every-
really think it matters because I rolled another 1.
that's 4 degrees of success, so you'll add a plus 20 to his threshold.
Oh.
So
Well,
I
that is perfect because I was 18 over my threshold. So
all right.
Yeah, I was not successful. So.
All right, so you succeed in intimidating them. What you see is movement in the trees, but you get some of them, like you see the outline starting to appear in the fog that Catherine made, and then they back up. But then you see a lot more movement, and you realize that you're outnumbered something like 7 to 1.
oh wow, oh yeah, okay.
I think it is perhaps we make a retreat at some point and run to where we were heading.
Retreat to where? Yeah.
I mean, you have two
Oh, boy.
options. You can retreat to the river where you were headed in the first place, or you can retreat to the camp you came from.
Oh,
Does
we're
it
heading to the
seem
river.
like? Does it seem like we're surrounded, or does it seem like they're on one,
They
mostly
kind
one?
of feel like they're on one side, on the western side of you.
And which way's the river?
Kind of a northwestern direction.
I don't need the river that bad. I don't know. Sounds like southeastern is the way to go. But
Yep.
what do you guys
That's
think?
back toward where you came from. You came basically from the east.
Yes, but we're gonna go back to our other camp now.
What we were on this just to get food, weren't we?
Yep.
Hmm.
Yep.
But we
To the
didn't
camp
get
it
a
is,
lot
then.
of food. But every day you survive is a good day.
Always come back out when they're listening.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys want to head back to the base camp then?
Although it is sad that Gus isn't going to get a bath.
All right. So you guys grab what you can grab and sort of rush out of there. You managed to grab all of your stuff back that you had, sort of things. The tent. Roll. Who had the tent? Sin, you had the tent. It was
Me.
your tent, right?
Palming.
Make a luck roll for me to see if you have enough time to get the tent back up enough to get it all. Otherwise, you're going to lose it.
Well, 28. My luck is 50.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to scoop up your tent. All right. So you scoop up your tent and you start to
Nice.
run back towards your base camp.
All right. Can I roll a stealth roll too?
Sure. We're at the end. I'm about to read the conclusion. So.
40. Yay.
All right. You disappear into the trees. You're hard to see again. No one has any idea if you died or what.
Nope.
But while you were able to survive the night, you wonder just how long you have before the aliens in the trees track you back to your base camp. Maybe it's time to move, or maybe you can risk it. The future is uncertain, but tonight you have survived the maximum apocalypse.
Yes.
Dun.
As Jules says, chewing his cigar, every day you survive's a good one. That's his
Yeah,
motto.
I'll second that.
For those that wanted to know how this game works for development, at the end of this scenario, I would hand you over some experience points based on what happened. There was so first things first, you got 100 points for surviving because nobody died, which has happened in this adventure before. So you get 100 XP for surviving. You use some teamwork skill rolls, so we'll give you 50 more because you used teamwork. You guys engaged in role play. At least there was this part where like people were talking about like surviving and being old and stuff. So that's another 50. So that's 200 points.
Yeah.
You guys did not use any crafting rolls. You killed the zombie bear, so that's 25 more, so 225. And you killed one alien, so another 50 more, so 275 would be the number of experience points you would get for this game, and then you would use those to buy advancements for your character, like getting skill proficiencies or things like that. 275 really isn't enough to do anything, really, but next time you get another, yeah, it's a good start, and then the next time you get more experience points, and then you could do something like up your proficiency in something or whatever. So, because 350 is basically the lowest amount of XP, but that's the game. That is maximum apocalypse.
We had 3 fires.
Yeah,
Yeah,
3
3
fires.
fires. That should be worth something. I agree.
But yeah, that's the game, guys. So I think everyone now has. So Carol and Jaden, you guys were the only ones that had never played this before.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think of it?
I had fun. I found it wasn't terribly difficult to pick up the roll under dice dynamics.
That's what I like to hear.
It used to come fairly simple, fairly. It's not as complicated as I felt like it was going to be when I was reading things.
The car horn in the background is awesome.
I don't know who that is. I think it's Nathan's.
It's got to be. See, I don't even hear it because it's so loud here all the time, but I'm sure it is.
It's pretty cute.
Yep. Cool. Well, I'm glad everyone enjoyed
Yeah, I enjoyed
the
it.
time.
I'd play it again.
Cool. That's good. That's good to hear. We are at 2 hours and 40 minutes, which is 10 minutes longer than I had originally scheduled things to be. So I will end this now and say thank you guys for being here. And
yeah, really.
Staying extra long.
It would take me 4 hours.
So thanks for being a little extra, staying a little extra long, and I hope that people visit like your stuff and find you and try to get during the games and maybe donate to Loaf Ministries or help out some way, or you know, that's the thing. You could also help out with the AtCon stuff and try to help with the Feeding America charity that they're donating to. So, thank you
very much for having us.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Enjoyed it.
And I will see you guys all later.
All right, sounds good.
Bye.
Good game, y'all.
All
Bye.
right.
Later, everybody.
Thank you for letting me play Sin.
You're welcome.
Nice.
She already told her that.
Yeah, I told her that when we were on
It was
earlier.
named after everything.
That you were having trouble coming up with a name, and you were like, I need something that's like not gendered and blah blah blah. And I was like, I don't know, Sin. You're like, kind of like that for a thief.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got confused that one time. A minute. I was like, wait a minute, who were you talking to?
Your identity just had a little shake up there.
It did.
I'm just glad that I managed to not say hard success. Not that it's a big deal, but nice. I'll have to maybe watch part of that later whenever it makes it to YouTube and see what the viewers see. Yeah, every time I disconnected, I was like, oh, there's another time. I had fun with that,
It
viewers.
was fine. It wasn't that big a deal.
Yeah, it's just, that's the funny thing, is it's like on or off. It's hardly ever just bad. It's like, it's really working, or it's suddenly just dropping out. So, thankfully, I had some of each. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, I expected.
Yeah, you 7 p.m.
She closed the door, which is the sign of you better get out here and eat, or you're not eating.
I better go rescue the chicken I put in too before it burns.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Thanks a lot.